Yeah, everyone, this is Thermite, and this is Weekly Shonen Jump for the week of August 8th, 2021. Actually, I believe these all came out on August 9th. Yes, they did, which was a Monday. I don't quite understand why, to be honest. Was it because Jump came out late in Japan as well? Not 100% sure there. Anyways, whether you are watching right now or if you're watching in the future, you may be a little concerned about what happened last week. So, last week I did do a stream for, everyone on Discord. However, doing it on Discord and also running OBS caused the OBS recording to be bad. Like, just not good. It was very choppy, very glitchy. I am still putting it out. Like, I'm still going to have it up just as an archive thing. I'll put it in the archives as well, but, like, I'll put it on YouTube as well, because some segments are good, some are really, really bad, like, borderline unwatchable. As a person who follows a lot of content creators, I always get annoyed when it's like, well, I want to at least be able to look at the bad thing. So I will put that up. But yeah, if you want to skip it, totally fine. For each of the chapters here, I will try to like recap my thoughts a bit more than I usually do, just because you can't really watch my reaction for some of them. But basic idea is right now I am at my fiance Donut's place. I don't have a computer or anything to work with besides my old laptop that I used in university. We shipped down a computer, but it broke. It wasn't good, so we're making do. This laptop cannot stream and record at the same time, so I gotta choose one or the other, and right now I'm choosing recording. So even then, it might be a little choppy, but it should not be as, like, it should all be watchable at the very least. Like, I've also turned down my recording settings a little bit, so it might be a little fuzzier than you're used to, but everything should still be legible. Like, I'm going for everything on screen should still look good. And my reactions should still be good, it should all be synced up, and if it isn't, well, we'll have to see how that goes. Like, I'll figure it out, it'll be fine, don't worry about it. For right now, though, let me pull up the list of things that I am going to read. The only big new thing is the Bleach one-shot, which I am very, very excited about. Like, I would be distraught if this were to be messed up. This is the other reason why I'm definitely not going to be streaming any of this, because I want to have this, because I love Bleach, I love Tite Kubo, fantastic mangaka. Like, he's the kind of person where, like, as it was running, I don't think I would have said Bleach was one of my favorite manga. Just because, like, it has its ups, it has its downs, but as a whole, I really like it. And I've liked everything he has done. Like, I've gone back and read Zombie Powder, I've read the Burn the Witch, like, the Burn the Witch one-shot, and then the, like, four-parter that came out after that. We're very much awaiting season 2 of that, and I'm very excited to see what he's doing for this. Like, the only indication I have as to what this is going to be, I should probably talk about this in the reaction itself, so just jump there if you want to see that. The cover of Jump right now is already pretty cool. They usually do, like, a seasonal, here's everyone cover. So you got the flag in the middle, and you have... I'm always fascinated with the groupings, because usually it is, like, the top series are doing something, and then, like, the new series are, like, doing something together, and then everything else, it really just depends. But here, like, I'm not seeing any obvious groupings in the back, but obviously we've got, like, Yuji, Senku, Luffy, and Deku all jumping for the flag. Which feels like, they are the 4 top series that, they're in a group of their own. Which is cool, because, like, I love Dr. Stone, but I never think of Dr. Stone as being one of, the top series or something Jump is really pushing. I usually think of that as being, like, definitely Black Clover, definitely My Hero, and, like, Jujutsu has been exploding, so no doubt as to, why Yuji's there. But I'm very happy Senku's included in this. Also, we've got the classic, Senku always has some sort of, like, wacky technology along with him. And yeah, like, the art for all of them looks good. Then in the back, we've got, oh, what was her name? The girl from Candy Flurry on a lifesaver. I assume a literal lifesaver. We've got, what is his name from Yozakura? Main character. He's looking a little wonky, but he's looking okay. Asta and Tokiyuki, so I guess they are a duo, sort of. I don't know how Tokiyuki got this slice of watermelon out of this watermelon. Because it's like, it's a long slice all the way through, but this is clearly just smashed, so maybe they're not together. Maybe this is just Asta's going to be smashing a watermelon, and Tokiyuki's going to be eating watermelon, and they got grouped up in post. Sakamoto was just eating and shooting the water gun. Which girl from which watch? We've got, this I think is pretty cute. I'm glad that Magu-chan is always here along with, main girl. Like, it gives them a very strong duo energy. Wait, is okay? So that's Valoo. What is this crap that he has on it? Also, is that I can't tell if that's just supposed to be a like a dolphin or if that's supposed to be like a banana dolphin because it's very banana shaped. But then again, that's just a dolphin too. But it's got like I guess he's riding it. I guess that's the deal. Chinatsu looks good playing volleyball with no one. So, I wonder if Nerima would ever like learn how to do like something like this. Like, would he ever learn sailing or parasailing? Because like it's not one of the 18 things that his school is going to teach, but I imagine he's going to branch out. Like, we might spend a lot of time with him learning all 18 things, but at the same time, like, I think it would make a lot more sense if he learns a bunch of other offbeat stuff. Oh, okay, yeah. I guess Chinatsu's supposed to be playing with was his name Kojiro? The dad from High School Family. The way they're lined up does not make them look like they're in fact playing with one another. What are they making? Oh, that's supposed to be Tatiana. I see. But yeah, overall this is pretty good. I'm curious to see how it looked in the on the Japanese cover, because like some of these could have been a bit better lined up. But I also have to remember that yeah, that is the English side, like moving all these assets around. Because like yeah, some of the perspective is also kind of wonky on some of them. But yeah, overall solid. So, let us move on to our first series of the day, Black Clover Chapter 302. So, Noelle's going back in, Asta is useless now, but he did say, he gave her a little bit of hope, she realized that she loves him. Okay, he's gonna take care of Lolopeshka, fair. Because yeah, even if he can't, like, physically be in the fight, like, as long as he has his swords out, he may as well have the, what is that called again? Is it the Demon Dispelling Sword? His third sword. He may as well just have that out. So, not enough Saint Stage power, but all the Valkyries should still be out. So yeah, may as well let that take care of the fodder. Oh, the chapter is called Convergence of Hope. So I'm guessing it is going to be the, like, every single person here is playing their part, and if any one person was missing, then they wouldn't have a chance at all, but because they're all here, they can make it happen. Ooh, Master of Valhalla. So it seems like, I guess he drew Odin, and now it is like it is an escalation of the previous picture magic. Yeah, Noelle has Saint Stage and Charlotte has a special anti-curse attack. I really felt bad when I said he wasn't really doing anything. Before I looked and it was like, oh yeah, I guess all the Valkyries are him. Like, I've got to stop underestimating Rel. Ooh, is that going right for Magicula? In the heat of battle, you humans are evolving even further. I knew it. You really are the ultimate playthings. Oh, and so these are, like, full physical blood magic and then, like, clad in the metal armor, as opposed to being half and half. Oh, that's so dope. Oh, God. Yuki Tabata is knocking it out of the park with these designs. Like, something I've been a little iffy about has been the, like, how do I put this? Like, the fact that I don't like that with any type of magic, you can kind of do anything if you squish it around a little bit. Like, you can kind of make anything out of anything. But I do feel like when Yuki wants to, he can really make everything look cool. Like, he can give you that fantastical feeling. And sometimes you don't get if it's like, a beam attack or something. If it's just like a Kamehameha, it's like, it's whatever. But stuff like this is so, it's not that there's nothing like it, it's just that Black Clover does it so well, and within its niche and jump, it is, like, very, very cool. If there were one more lightning mage to show us the way, this would be even better. Is he still alive? Okay, he's still alive! Well, and practically dead already, so I guess this is supposed to be the, like, he's had a hole blown in his chest, this is a miracle, this is, like, the last of his mana being pulled together so he can do one final thing. Yeah, seeing them side by side with Luck in his, like, electric demon form. Oh my god. So into this. Oh, that's so cool. I love the perspective on this panel. Like, all the, like magic circles shooting down lightning as they're punching through it gives it this very strong three-dimensionality. Oh, god damn, this is so good. Okay, like, what is Noelle going to do? Like, I think she's definitely going to hit the final blow, but I don't know if she's going to, like, clash with Magicula or not. Or if this is going to be a, like, someone else jumps in and wears her down a bit more, and then, like, because Noelle doesn't really have that much energy left, so I don't know what else she could do besides one final stab. And yeah, like, Magicula's pretty, like, annihilated here, so one slash or one stab is all it would take, but, I mean, this barrier's proving to be a problem. Is this as far as she goes? Come on, there's gotta be something else. What else is there? Because yeah, as to like he needs that sword. I assume he needs the third sword. I guess he could throw the second, or like maybe get some Briar magic on the second and then do a slash. But who else is even in this fight? I feel like that's it, right? I mean, I guess Vonica could betray her, but I mean, Vonica seems to be like a charred corpse at this point. Oh shit, big bro! You have no idea how long I've waited for this moment. Okay, damn! In for the big save. And so this also does make it feel, less like it's just Noelle's grudge and more like it is the entire, like, it is her entire family's fight now. Not that it wasn't already, but still. Like, it makes it feel even more personal. Plus, it is the big, like, only she can, like, do some serious damage. So it is a, like, the rest of her family has already completely accepted how powerful she is. Like, she is no longer the fuck up. But now it's all the way to, like, she is the only one who can land the final blow, who can, finally avenge Asier. Damn. Good chapter. Black Clover is just on fire. This entire, like, Magicula battle has been fantastic. And again, because of how it's been written, I am not afraid that he's going to, like, kill steal this one. Like, I still fully feel like this is going to still highlight Noelle. Because if Noelle was not going to be highlighted, she would have already been pushed into the back by this point. Alright, with that, let us move on to... Oh, right, I didn't rank them. By the way, if, like, anything that I require chat for is going to probably be worse. I think this is a good reminder to the world of how much I depend on chats, because I love you guys. But please, if there's anything you want to say in the moment, leave me a comment. I'm completely happy with, if you want to write one of those super duper long, comments, feel free to. I know some creators are like, oh, don't do that. Nah, I love any interaction. I mean, even if it's something that I don't want to reply to, I just won't reply, but I do read everything. And especially for something like this, where I feel like every week I'm so grateful for people, like, pointing out obvious things that I am missing. Like, please, if I miss something, point it out. Alright, with that, let us move on to The Elusive Samurai, Chapter 27. So, during the Kamakura period, Shugo, Lord Hojo, Kokushi, a noble loyal to Hojo. Alright. This is nice, because I wasn't really thinking about this all being Hojo lands. Like, just because it's been so shattered, and Suwa has been, like, the only place that's felt really stable, and even that's been constantly under attack. So, okay, so Sadamune is taking the place of Tokiyuki's dad now. And so the Kokushi wasn't really important then, now it's Kinhara, and then, yeah, so the Suwa forces are, yeah, that also explains why they're there. Like, I wasn't 100% sure about how they were split up. Last chapter made it seem like it was just a, like, just as a religious sect, they've got places all over the, people all over the place. But this makes more sense as they were still within friendly territory, and this whole thing has, like, split it into, like, north and south, kind of. Honestly, very, very happy about this. Also, chapter 27, Wanting to Die 1334. So, last chapter we did the, like, hey, Tokiyuki, you're good at talking to people. This is, like, I still am 50-50 on whether Tokiyuki's going to be able to figure this one out, or whether he's going to have to go find a vassal who is, like, maybe a member of, Yasuburo's forces, like, someone who is, like, a super dyed-in-the-wool member of the Suwa sect who would still say, guys, don't kill yourselves. Death to us all! Death to us all! I mean, this is such a good one, because also, it is the, like, he was always going to be weird in the, by his very nature, by being the person who runs away, and by leading a force who, that goes in, does some battling, then runs away. And so this is the ultimate challenge to that, of, no, these people don't, like, you can't even try to convince them that it's better tactically. They wanna die. I'm going to get hit by 100 arrows and stagger around. I'm gonna lose both hands, so I have to bite the enemy. After I'm decapitated, my head's gonna squirm up an enemy butt and gobble his innards before erupting from his chest with a smile. Extremely powerful visual. But okay, show that letter. I mean, hopefully, at the very least, the letter will give him some, some influence. It'd be very bad if either they lost faith because of that, or alternately, if they read the letter and just like, this isn't real. Like, it didn't get stamped or whatever, so this is probably fake. But okay, he seems pretty calm. Okay. Kokushi abandons the southern lands, concentrates his fires in the north. The two of us can establish a strong defensive fronts. So, alright. Yeah, like in this situation, how do you? Like, you have to lean in, right? Like, you would just have to, like, convince him that if you're gonna die, you gotta die in this specific way. But okay, so they have one ally here, but he's not going to be, like, their diplomat. Like, Tokiyuki is still going to have to do the diplomacy. You gotta witness this and tell Myojin-sama, tell him Hoshina Yasaburo fought honorably and died a splendid death for the Suwa sect. How do you tell this man to live? Okay, decent plan. So we can boil it down to, you just have to convince them not to, like, be stupid. Which makes sense. Like, the whole point of, samurai wearing armor is that you wear the armor because you want to survive. Like, even if it is to survive in order to kill one more person, like, you're still holding on. Like, it is not to be suicidal. I wonder if they're gonna kill the Kokoshi, actually. Because, like, he's being so bold with this. It would only take one stray arrow. But then again, like, I doubt he's gonna, like, cross the shore or anything. But, only by commanding a victory does Shugo demonstrate his authority. So I feel like he's going to push it too far. I feel like he is going to be killed. Which could also be useful if someone who is more sympathetic, like, not someone on the side of the Hojo clan, but someone who is willing to, like, keep things more neutral rather than going in for the attack. He's just closing his eye, literally. Now, spill the blood of those who defy my world. God damn. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's also the problem of, like, if you're going to return a volley, then you're not hiding. Whereas, like, if they want to be fully defensive, they should just, hide. Ooh, tricky move. God damn, Gemba. I see he's also just smoking a fish while he's at it. I mean, why not? Oh, that's so clever. So yeah, diverting a ton of their forces. And the archers can't see. So they're already splitting them up quite a bit. So it's possible they'll kill a bunch of people and still, not lose that many men themselves. The water level suddenly rose. Oh my god, that is clever. Holy crap. These are some really good tactics. This design. And alright, I am glad that, Koshiro is in the middle of it. Like, he was already worrying before about the, like, do I protect Tokiyuki and therefore, like, let other people die? Or do I stray, but then if I stray from his side, am I going to be jeopardizing the vision of the future? I'm glad he is, like, going in for the attack. That's also a fair point, yeah. Like, you're proving that you're not just a bunch of cowards who just want to escape. Like, it is a clear, they are strong warriors of their own regard, and so if they say retreat, it's a good idea. That kid's got grit. That boy will die with us. Oh no. Never mind. Kojiro is risking his life for you. Stop the fight, Hoshino Dono. I have no interest in the manner of your death. So okay, he is going for a much colder energy, which makes sense. Like, I really like this shot of him. Like, the fact that he's no longer worrying about winning him over. Like, he is seeing this death. He is, I think, he is remembering the death of his own clan. All the people who died and were not given a choice. And now he is genuinely upset. Like, I assume he is channeling this in part because he thinks it'll work. But at the same time, like, this is genuine emotion. I mean, I guess that is the other card he can play. The religious, like, any death you do here is going to be an inglorious death. I will not tell your god how you'd fall here, so fuck you, you better survive. Really like this chapter. Like, it has a good mix of action and this moral quandary. Or this intellectual quandary, rather. It isn't a moral quandary. It is just the, like, how do you get out of this situation? And especially, like, having the prediction of Tokiyuki will not die here, and therefore, like, removing the necessity to try and put Tokiyuki in any risk. I really like that from a storytelling point of view. It allows this chapter to be focused way more on what Tokiyuki is thinking, rather than having to worry about, like, oh, is a stray arrow going to hit him in the head or something? Like, it just won't. He's the main character. It just won't. I don't think this was as good as Black Clover, but this was a solid chapter. With that, let us move on to Sakamoto Days, Chapter 34. Wu-Tang. Ooh, Wu-Tang Clan! Are we going to see the Wu-Tang Clan? Like, I'm imagining the Chinese clan as opposed to, like, the actual rappers. Because that'd be an interesting, like, we've done a bunch of, oh boy, what is his name? There's so many characters with this exact name. But, like, we've done a lot with our, with 2 out of our 3 main characters, and we haven't done a lot of, like, triad, stuff yet. So, it'd be cool if we got a Lu-focused arc. Like, last chapter had some Lu focus, but she was also very much not in it. Like, it was this is her conflict, and she's going to be away / escaping for most of it, and then at the very end, they, meet up again. Shin is his name. Yeah, I wouldn't be against an entire Lu arc, actually. Like, since her establishing arc, we've not had a completely Lu-focused arc. Oh, so this is canon. Like, oh god, I love this. Like, one of my favorite like covers of all time is honestly just the We Never Learn like celebration chapter, where I don't remember what it was. It might have been like the first anniversary or something, but like it was just a color page where they were all like holding juice, and then I turned the page and they are all still holding that juice, and it's like, yeah, you thought this was just a cover page color page, but no, this was just a part of the chapter. We're just continuing on. I don't think I will ever get tired of that trick. If one series did it, constantly, I think even then, I wouldn't be tired with it. It would just turn into a, like, yeah, that's just the thing the series does. But I would still be very hype if any other series did it. Aw, poor little Pisquet. Can Shin read animal thoughts too? Ah, I mean, yeah, I guess he hasn't really been around animals enough for us to, like, have that be a thing. That's cute. Ooh. So I assume, yeah, like, they're not an enemy force. I was assuming that the Wu-Tang Clan was, like, warring with Lu's clan. But okay, I mean, maybe they are. Maybe it is the, like, we are part of Lu's clan and we're coming here in order to protect her from the Wu-Tang. One of these is a regular cola, and one is my own special cola blends. Oh, I haven't done this in a long time, actually. Like, especially now, well, not now, but like in, I think 2019, it must have been like, yeah, right before the pandemic, or maybe 2018. It was after I graduated university for sure. But like, for the longest time, I knew that Coke freestyle machines were a thing in America, but there were none in like my city. And then I got to try one. And I remember the first time, like, I felt so bad because someone was behind me and they just wanted to get a soda. Like, most people use the freestyle machine as just a, like, I'm just gonna get a normal Coke from this. Or, like, maybe I'll do a vanilla Coke. But I was definitely trying to do, like, half vanilla Coke, half cherry Coke. And that was, I mean, that was just I think this is gonna be really good. But I do have fond memories of being a kid and just going to the soda machine and, just trying out, like, half root beer, half 7-Up in order to see how it was. Ah. So yeah, she's never really went to family restaurants. Oh yeah, okay, so she was the only daughter, so this isn't like her secret brother or anything coming here. I'm really happy we have these two pages, though, because, like, when we get the casual chapters, I don't really get this energy from them a lot. Like, the I am a retired assassin energy. Which is Sakamoto's vibe, but it's not really what I get from a lot of the, like, more intense chapters. Like, that feels more like just, this is a really strong guy in a situation that is not fighty, specifically. Or in a situation where, he's trying to hide the fight or something like that. But I really like this vibe of just, we've all been through so much, and now we just don't have to be. And of course, something will come up eventually, but for right now, we are all retired. Okay. Please die. Have you met him? I mean, you probably haven't now that I think about it. Catching the bullet with a fork is so, like, that is so beyond superhuman, while still slurping up the noodles. Like, he has not stopped slurping. Ah. Completely unfazed by the person on their table. Oh, so this is Wu-Tang. So why? Why was he trying to kill Sakamoto? Okay, just a member of the Triad. I think this is actually a pretty, like, she's gonna keep saying no, obviously, but I like this as a conflict because it's also not not an obvious why don't you just do both. Because the Triads are in China. Like, presumably she would have to go to China. That was so cute. Oh, she is just covered in blood. I don't know why, but for some reason Wu-Tang's always followed me around in a weird way, like some freaky, perverted, meddling consigliere. But I mean, if you're gonna try and kill Sakamoto to get her back, this isn't gonna work out for you. This does seem like this might be the Lu arc, though. I mean, I'm saying the as if, like, we're not gonna keep on going for a long time. But, like, I don't count people's initial arcs as being their arc. Like, even in One Piece, like, I would say that we haven't had a, like, what am I thinking of? Like, to be fair, like, most of the characters in One Piece have had their, the arc in which they have joined, and then another arc afterwards that has been their, like, here's the really heavy arc where we focus on them. But for someone like Zoro, for instance, like, the current arc a lot of people thought was going to be a big Zoro arc. But it really hasn't been. And, like, if someone does not get a big arc all about them after they have joined, then I don't think they've had an arc. That is just joining is not an arc. Even if it is literally an arc, it is not their arc. Okay, if we have to fight this guy, I'm in. I propose a triad-style battle with the mistress as the prize. Okay, I don't actually know what a triad-style battle is like. If you win the battle, I'll provide you with information about the person who put the bounty on your head. Okay. Ah, but even then, he's refusing. He's just like, no, fuck it. We're keeping Lou. I mean, I'm really glad about that, because it's very hard to tell what Sakamoto's feelings are. So I really appreciate this as a clear, like, yeah, he does value Lou. She's not, like, beneath Shin in terms of people he cares about, in the store. But she's willing to go for it. Calm down. Huh. So what are they doing? Like, they're all dressed up. Like, is this going to be a fight, or is this a, like, we're doing something else situation? This is where various members of the underworld rub shoulders. A place of wealth and desire. An underground casino. Okay. Whoever wins the most money within the allotted time wins. So damn, that's really cool. Huh, so are they going to have, like, anti-psychic shielding or something? Because that feels pretty broken. But I don't really know the rules of the games. Wu-Tang may not be much of a fighter, but he's pretty sharp. And, like, Lou might know the rules, but I don't think she'd be a good gambler. Like, just because she is so... Like, because she lived her life so high up within the triads. Like, I bet she is acquainted with a lot of this stuff. I imagine she's been in casinos a lot with her father and, with other high-ranking members. But I doubt she has ever actually gambled. But yeah, I mean, if I were in this situation, let me finish and then we'll see. He's up by 3 million yen already. So damn, they gotta just go for it. Yeah, if I were in this situation, I think I would just teach Shin the rules of blackjack and then just have him cheat at blackjack, because blackjack is, very simple. I mean, to be fair, part of that is, like, being able to read the deck, which you wouldn't really be able to do, because, like, the dealer is usually not thinking about all the cards that have been played. So, actually, no. What else would you do? Because, like, poker, like, he seems to just be playing, like, Texas Hold'em. Or actually, no, he isn't, because that is, like, 2 cards he was holding and then 3 that were just out there. So it's just poker. But yeah, like, with that many people, especially since he's new, I feel like you'd have too many anomalies. I mean, Sakamoto could probably just, like, punch the slot machines and get tokens out, but I feel like that's also, like, that would go against the whole concept of it being a fight. Like, I feel like Wu-Tang would be able to just say, those don't count. There's not a lot of, like, physical stuff. Like, if they had, like, somewhere you could bet on, like, playing darts or something, I would say Sakamoto. But if it's all games of chance, then yeah, I have no idea. I mean, Sakamoto might be able to, like, if, he's got that super high level precision, so maybe he could, like, just cheat with the dice rolls and roll whatever he wants to. And if you combine that with, like, Shin giving him signals, they might be able to, like, cheat on a dice game. Also, something with roulette, actually, like, I imagine if Sakamoto was playing roulette, he could get the ball wherever he wanted it to go. So they could do a lot of, like, single number bets. I mean... I guess it also depends on whether they're going to get kicked out for cheating or not. Because, yeah, if they have to stay inconspicuous, that also rapidly, like, lowers the amount of things they can do. But yeah, like, doing roulette a couple times would be pretty useful. Apart from that, I mean, poker's also good because you can have, like, such high-stakes bets. So I feel like they will, even if they do other things, I think they have to end it with poker. Which is good. Like, that's a good, final gambling thing. It's classic, it's iconic. I also think, like, I wouldn't do this myself, but I feel like we're going to have a gag where Shin is, like, reading the minds of some of the people out, some of the staff, and he might, like, go to a pachinko machine or something and quickly figure out, like, which machines are set to pay out a lot, and then just hit those. Okay, so that is Sakamoto Days, Chapter 34. I mean, I love gambling manga. I'm very excited for Tobaku Daten Sakamoto. But this chapter by itself was not fantastic. I mean, that said, though, it did have the downtime that I really, really liked. But, like, I don't think it's as good as this week's Elusive Samurai. So I've got to keep it in the ranking in which I've read it up to right now. This does not bode well for Hunter's Guild. Let's see if they can, pull one out on me. Come on. I want you to succeed. The Hunter's Guild Red Hood Chapter 6. Come on. Please be good. From now on, I'll do the wood cutting. That's really cute. And yeah, like, it is a special axe with the, like, runes on it and whatnot. That's so cute as both this is something that Blue literally, legitimately could do. And then I imagine, like, doing, cutting all that wood. Like, if he's splitting all the wood for everyone in the entire hamlet, especially in, like, winter, like, he's got to be pretty darn strong. Like, not superhuman by any means, but, like, that's gonna give you a damn good workout. From now on, you will be the one to ... Oh, what is that? Oh, it's a lumbering giant. But that looks like a really, like, fantasy big tree. And then the giant itself must be massive as well. Like, I really like this perspective of, like, this is the water. You've got some rocks in the water, and then this giant is, like, whether this is the ocean or whether it is just a lake, like, it is, it's not even knee deep in the water as it's trudging through it, like, that far away, and the tree is massive, which, yeah, like, that does imply this is a really, really enormous tree. Oh, is this supposed to be a, like, a hermit crab? But its shell is this whole thing? Oh, that's really cool! Oh, I see, yeah, they're baiting it with a little fish. You know what? This is good. Like, I'm really hoping that once we see more of the world and we see what, the other members of the guild, I feel like that's when it's really going to come into its own. Like, the series itself has already been good. It's just, it hasn't, like, differentiated itself. It has felt like a good fantasy / like fairy tale based manga, but I've read so many of those. So, like, I'm really hoping that Hunter's Guild manages to, like, make a case for itself. Prove that it should be in Shonen Jump, like, above any other manga magazine. Like, I do appreciate the pacing of it. I'm glad we spent so much time on essentially just the prologue. Okay, so this is, yeah, like, literally, beginning of part 2, the outside worlds. So that was all part 1. Or actually, wait a minute, was that all part 1? Because in that case, that also explains why it was called werewolf hunting. Like, before I thought that, let me go to chapter 1. Why can't I click on this? But with chapter 1, I assumed the first part was going to be a lot longer. I thought it was going to be this is going to be all the existence of werewolves, and once part 1 is over, all the werewolves are dead. But yeah, so just the village was part 1 werewolf hunting. I think it's actually, to be fair, it is very clever that they kept that ambiguous. Because, like, I wasn't expecting more werewolves in the village. And to also cap it off with, the big werewolf and with Cinderella. That makes sense. Like, it's all werewolf themed. But that doesn't mean that we're going to constantly be doing werewolves, even in this early part of the series. Like, that does allow the mangaka to let Valu fight other, like, fantasy beasts, if necessary. So, the doorstep of Hunter Guild's HQ is Border Port, which I assume is, like, probably at the very edge of this continent. It's probably, like, the major trading port, then, if it's Border Ports. Yeah, if I stay here, I won't be able to protect anything. I have to go out and hunt werewolves. So in order to protect the surviving villagers, you're going to try and protect the whole world. It does have that big hero energy to it. Like, it is in the same way that Grimm kept on saying, I'm not a hero, this is not a story about heroes. Like, I really like that Valu is pushing against that he is, his dream is enormous. It is I'm going to protect all these people that have gone to all these different villages by just getting rid of all werewolves, so werewolves can't hurt any of them. Tilty. Okay, cool. Show me breakfasts. Property of the Hunters Guild. Tractor hermit crab. Amber. Huh. Is he just keeping the fish out there? Because if so, I feel like the crab's just gonna eat it, right? I thought he'd, like, reel it back in, or, like, take it off the hook. Because to be fair, I don't actually know if this is a real fish or not. It looks more like it's just a lure. Like, it doesn't look like it's, like, baited into the side. It looks like it's right at the very tip. This shot of her eating is very cute. So messy. Splitting firewood is an efficient full body workout. I hear there's a kingdom somewhere that uses it as a training regiment for new knights. But okay, so, like, she isn't saying it for sure, but the axe is probably made out of wolfonium. I'm guessing that with the runes on it, like, it might be magic, or it could be wolfonium, or it could be both. Because, actually, I was about to say, like, I'm surprised his wife didn't do anything about the axe, but I guess if Valu kept it that entire time, like, maybe, before they even got married, then she wouldn't have even known about the axe. Because, yeah, like, it doesn't seem like werewolves instinctively go like, oh, I know this is wolfonium, or I know this is silver. Like, even when they were being shot, it was like, do you think this is really gonna hurt? Oh no, it really hurts! Okay, and so it is 2 members of the Red List showed up, so it isn't, like, a list of all, like, fantasy creatures. Like, the Red List is, like, they are on the move, and they are, like, presumably, like, something like the Espada. Like, they are a selected member. Like, something where 2 members would actually mean something. Okay, that's the guild's list of top priority kill-on-sight targets. Lycone is the alpha of Werewolf Society, and Cinderella is his partner. So, okay, that's not even a thing that they've marked themselves as. It is the guild chooses who is on the red list. A wolfonium axe, a boy given knight's training, flunky werewolves that show up almost begging to be killed. The village is raised, and handily enough, I'm there to bring the boy into the guild. It's all far too convenient. So, okay, I wasn't even thinking about her being there as being part of it all. But I appreciate that. Like, there were so many series where, like, the start is kind of contrived, and then way later on, the creator says, by the way, you know how that felt contrived? It was contrived. It was all part of a thing that in universe. I'm much happier with that being a thing stated very early on, because now it's a mystery. Now the question is, like, what was going on there? Who set that up? Like, was it the mayor? I mean, it can't be. The mayor did not seem like the kind of person who would have this big keikaku that could, potentially hurt people in the village. I feel like it's gotta be someone else, like maybe a vampire or something, I'm thinking. That's my wild guess. I'm guessing it might be like a powerful vampire on the red list who wants them to destroy werewolf society. And so it is a, like, I know this village is important. I know this, like, maybe great hero is here. He is retired, and I want, like, his protege to come out and try to kill the werewolves, because I believe if anyone could, it would be the person chosen by that man. That's my guess. Okay. So you don't get to hear about that until you're inducted into the guilds. Okay. The more he trusts a person, the sharper his tongue gets with them. Interesting gimmick. So they are Milty and Tilty. I really like Tilty's name. Like, the sound of it feels really good. The look of it feels really good. Milty feels a lot worse. That's a real... You came up with Tilty first, didn't you? Oh, damn. So that's an armored crab. I guess this is the big brother of the, the hermit they're using. God damn. I mean, it sticks up to its body as armor, but it's got a tank on it. It's got, like, multiple tanks. Ooh, he doesn't know what a tank is. That actually does make me wonder, like, where everything is technologically. Because, yeah, he is from a hamlet, so everything was pretty, like, low scale, but that is to be expected. Ooh, not exactly a derelict tank. To be fair, when I saw it initially, I 100% assumed from, like, the smoke coming off of it that it was, like, active and somehow it could control it. So I guess it can. Like, the idea of it just, like, sticking the stuff to its shell brings that into question, though. Like, how? How in the world? Shit, right at their crab. Is it dead? Oh, there's a tiny one sitting on top of it. Oh, that's really cool. Like, it's a tiny crab in a skull, but just, like, the top half of the skull. God, these designs are getting really good. I'm also just really glad that this armored crab is not, like, I mean, maybe it's, from some sort of mythology, but it isn't, like, a classic Grimm's fairy tales character. So I'm glad that, like, the mangaka is immediately branching out. I was really worried that the entire series was just going to be about werewolves. So, this is pretty good. Okay, I haven't told you before about what's going on with my body. But simply, I was cursed. A witch's hex turned my body into that of a child. So, okay, adult form is her original, and then she ages down into being a child. I can use this layer clock to transform into an adult, but it only works for about 3 hours. Cool. Yeah, it's a good way for her to be a full-fledged member of the guild, while at the same time, like, having Valu be as strong, if not stronger than her at certain times. So are these two also in the guild? I mean, I guess they must be. Key? What is this gun? Like, what is this situation? And so he uses, like, a curved, like, a wiggly sword, I should say, rather than a curved sword, and a sword with, like, these gaps in it. Huh. They feel like they're, like, from very different, like, civilizations. So I'm curious as to whether that's a, like, are they from, like, different sides of his family, or is it just he happens to have these two things that are from different areas? Ooh, we aren't hunters. We flunked out. Couldn't pass camp. Oh, they didn't get past the hunter exams. All right. About 200 hopefuls apply for each camp. Generally, 3 or so pass. But that's really cool that, like, they can still do stuff adjacent to the guilds. It's just, like, the guild is the cream of the crop, the best of the best. Ooh, that's the guild's mobile research facility, both camp and fortress, the Ironworks. I am loving this aesthetic. I mean, I can't look at this, like, this specific big shark mouth thing without just thinking of, the Bape shark hoodie. I mean, I assume most people know what that looks like, but let me just... Yeah, this thing. I can only picture this thing when I'm looking at that. Okay. I see. Buff woman, big boobs. If nothing else, this mangaka knows how to create characters that are going to be, like, talked about a lot on Pixiv. Because, yeah, like, these two are, they're okay. Like, their designs aren't great, but, like, they are memorable enough. And they are, like, side characters. Whereas I imagine she's going to be very important. Also, she's got, like, the Armstrong, like, glint glimmer all over her. Oh, yeah. There's probably already fan art of her. Like, just this section. But alright. Hunter's Guild is pushing itself very quickly into a area that I'm very excited for. And so this chapter was called just The Outside World, or like beginning of part 2, The Outside Worlds. But we didn't get like a big chunky thing that said part 2, The Outside Worlds. Huh. In that case, I also think that then this part must be longer. There's no way just the training camp would be the outside worlds. Like, that's too confined. Though, I guess, to be fair, we don't really know what the camp is like. Like, it could be something where they have to, like, travel a bunch. Like, I'm thinking of in the Hunter exam from Hunter x Hunter. Like, the part where you just have to keep on running, but instead of it, like, literally just being a, all we do is run for this entire segment, it could be a, like, we're going to run all the way to, like, this village, and then do something there, and then run into the Forest of Doom, and then fight something there. I mean, it's also for, like, 3 months, so there's a lot of area they could cover. And I think that would be a really cool way to change things up, as a, like, we're going to show you a bunch of different biomes, because we know, like, you know, these very different places are very close to one another, so we can do, like, within 3 months, here's the coastline, here are the monsters that are here, here's a forest, here are the monsters that are here, here's, like, you know, a, like, deserty area, and the monsters that you would find here. Like, just hit them with all the basics, and also, like, just areas where they can train and get used to the climates. Yeah, but yeah, I'm very excited. It's finally kicking in. And, like, I do appreciate the prologue. Again, I feel like I'm dunking on the prologue by saying how much I like this, but I like the prologue for what it was, and I'm really excited for this as a, like, let's explore things, let's, you know, do some training stuff, let's, like, do a bit of a class environment, quote-unquote. Really, really excited to see just, like, other characters, and if there are, like, other races and whatnots, we'll see. Okay, so that is Chapter 6 of the Hunter's Guild Red Hood. Let us move on to the Bleach one-shots. Okay, so let me rank the Hunter's Guild Red Hood. I kind of forgot to. Oopsie daisy. It was good, but Sakamoto was good. Like, so far, everything has been fantastic. I'll put this a cut above Sakamoto. But okay, so the Bleach one-shots. I did see before this just the image that was on Jump, like, of Ichigo with this haircut, like the haircut he has in the finale. So this is going to be a, like, you know, post-series one-shot. I'm very curious to see what we're going to do, because there's not a lot of, like, one-shotty things I would want. I mean, at the same time, I wouldn't want this to just be like a, let's go meet Don Kanonji again, let's do a Don Kanonji chapter. But what would they all be doing? I mean, you know, this might not be a canon thing. Oh, is that Mayuri up there? Huh, if that is Mayuri, he changed things, but yeah, I don't see him anywhere else, and he should still be a captain. I don't recognize that. That's not, Byakuya, is it? It might be. Is that Rukia? That's Kenpachi, obviously. Because, yeah, right, some of the Vizard are now, like, captains again. Who is that? Oh, that might be Unohana, actually. Or no, Unohana's dead. Yeah, I'm not gonna parse this out too much, but it's so good just seeing new Bleach again. Like, I'm excited for the anime adaptation, but even then, like, the Bleach anime was never my favorite part of Bleach. Like, it could never capture the pure style of the manga. Like, the manga is just one of those things where, like, it's not that it's doing things you can't do in anime. It's just that, like, you know, the big splash pages and whatnot, like the composition, it elevates everything so much. Someone on my server is currently, like, reading through Bleach for the first time, and I was very happy to see them just say, like, wow, no one told me Bleach looked this good. Because, yeah, it is so good. Okay, let's just jump into whatever this is. When I was younger, I had 2 goldfish. I adored the dear things, but one day the larger one passed away. The remaining goldfish seemed so lonesome. The sight of it made me feel lonely as well. But after that day, the smaller one, which I had thought was stagnating, began to grow larger and flourished more and more. Seeing that brought me great relief. Thank goodness. It was good that the larger one died. So who is saying this? And what is... actually, is that the spirit of a goldfish, then? This is definitely one where I imagine, like, either the metaphor is going to be very obvious by the end, or I'm going to have to come back and try and parse this one out. But, like, this is the shit I love from Kubo. Like, in addition to the art, just, you know, the fact that every volume he, like, writes a poem, that he has so many, like, you know, the titles are always, like, not necessarily always poetic, but they always have an energy to them that is so, like, unique to, not Bleach necessarily, but just, like, unique amongst manga titles. Like, I've seen other titles with a very flowery language, but Bleach has this mix of, like, very, like, rebel titles, like, very, like, slangy titles, but then also some very flowery ones, and also some, like, really weird ones. And then, you know, titles where it is a, like, you know, super chunky from hell, and the super chunk where it is, like, this thing that keeps on happening over and over again. I don't want to go into just a diatribe about how much I like Bleach, though. Like, I've got new Bleach right in front of me. I gotta just enjoy this. Oh, I wasn't even thinking of this, but okay, so we're seeing Kazui again. I guess we're going to also see Renji and Rukia's daughter, probably. I wonder if this is going to be a more like Boruto-esque chapter, like just the two of them. But if that were the case, I feel like in addition to all the captains, we would have also had them like right in the center. But they gotta be doing something. Immediately leaving. You just got in trouble yesterday. Just put safe on slave today. He's got you there. Also, hey, they took the Quincy stitching off of Kone's back. I wonder if did that happen in the series? I can see that being a thing like after Uryu left. Like maybe they removed the stitching as they like this, this is probably in poor taste now. But okay, and he is hitching a ride on these things. I mean, like this, they look less like goldfish and more like, big old koi. Ah. I mean, we're doing this with Kazui, and yet immediately, within a few pages, this feels like just Bleach again. Like, Kubo's comedic timing, the way in which he, like, draws all this stuff, it's just, it's so distinctive. God, I love this series. Mister, I'm here to hang out, Mr. Sniffly Crybaby Man. But okay, so he's just like a plus, just hanging out here. Oh yeah, I guess Kazui doesn't have a Zanpakuto, so he probably can't, like, Konso him. And I know I told you yesterday that I'm no mister, I'm 15! That's an old 15-year-old. I mean, he doesn't look as old as, like, Chad. I mean, the mustache and beard do add a lot of age to him. But, like, you look at Chad, and he's got a severe, case of the Jotaro. Mr. Sniffly Crybaby lies about his age, man. Okay, so today I'm taking you somewhere you won't be on your own. Huh. Okay. Clap 3 times. You bow twice, and you clap 1 more time. Is that a Garganta? What? You got the butterflies again. Is he going to Hueco But okay. Huh. To be fair, like, there is just the tradition of, like, praying for people. I wonder if that is a thing we've never seen in the series, like, because we've been focusing so much on Soul Reapers. Maybe it is a, like, when you do this, you could open up a Garganta that goes to Soul Society, and then, I mean, to be fair, like, you would still need to be cleansed of your sins. Like, you can't just go like this to Soul Society, right? Like, you need to have the Konso happen. It'll be fine. Everyone's in here. Bleach. No breathes from hell. Boy, Kubo immediately going in. So, no breathes from hell. We did see this. We do see, like, the hell butterflies here. Like, the Garganta is, like, a big old mouth. I'm assuming this is a Garganta. This could just be a separate big mouth. But yeah, like, the hell butterflies are always there when they're, like, traveling between worlds. So I'm guessing that, I mean, maybe this is just a way to go to Soul Society. Maybe this is Hueco There's no way. There's no way, like, even Ichigo's dumbass kid would be like, yeah, go to Hueco. You'll be fine there. I think it must just be he's going to take him to Soul Society, and he just, like, hangs out, like, in the, like, shitty districts. I could see that as a, like, I imagine he'd think that's way more fun. He could be, doing it separately from, like, the actual Soul Reapers because they wouldn't be going all the way out there. But okay. 3 hours earlier, Soul Society, road to the seated author's quarters. Okay, so this is probably going to be I'm guessing, yes, that is in fact a Garganta that goes to Soul Society. Something is going down here. Like, maybe Ichigo's even in Soul Society. Like, Orihime clearly isn't. Like, it seems like she's just going to bed. But it could be like, something big is going to happen here, and then he jumps in and, like, we'll do a father-son situation. Hey, okay, so this is how we're introducing Ichika at Ikaku's dojo. No expression on his face. I wonder if he's taking it easy. I mean, he's gotta be taking it easy. Like, she's a kid. But at the very least, like, he's not giving her an opening to attack. Woo! Looks like you've gotten better, teacher. This is the perfect, like, this is honestly the perfect mix of Rukia and Renji. In that, like, this is a really good Rukia gag. Like, she loves doing the, like, I'm going to say something really whack that you're going to have to react to, but she never, like, does a fighty gag. Whereas Renji is way more of the hot-headed, I'm going to go in swinging, I'm gonna, do the big grr, what'd you say? This is the perfect blend of their 2 gags. You called me a grubby brat 2 whole times. Huh, is she noticing something? So no selling him. You sure you're not off your game? You haven't been on a trip to the world of living? Oh, don't you want to see Ichigo's kid? So transparent. Again, no control of her emotions. God, I love how, like, not bored Ikaku is, but, like, he's so done with it. It is such a, like, I'm not invested in this. This is a kid. I'm gonna tease her, but I'm not even getting that much out of it. Okay, who is this? Huh, I knew you'd forget. Konso Reisai. It's a ceremony we do for the captains we lost in battle, 12 years after their funeral rites. I mean, yeah, makes sense. Like, all the captains have been around for hundreds of years. The last time they killed a bunch of captains was, like, actually, no. I was going to say, like, when Aizen first, like, got rid of the Vizard. But yeah, right, they didn't die. Like, they all just continued to live and just left Soul Society. Same with Ichigo's dad, he just left Soul Society. We already did once earlier for the former Captain General, and then for Captain Unohana. So this one's for Captain Ukitake. Yeah? Cool. So we catch a hollow in the world of the living and kill it in front of their grave. So is this just a, like, is this not a practical thing? Because I'm guessing, like, I'm guessing that, Renji at the very least doesn't, like, he just thinks it's a, a weird old custom that they do. Or, it's just ceremonial. But I'm guessing it is an actual, like, you have to do this. But why catch a hollow and then kill it in front of their grave? Like, that also, like, the fact that it's not a conso for them. Like, actually, to be fair, yeah, it's not even a conso. It is just kill it in front of their grave. Like, you can't conso a hollow. I mean, maybe you can. Maybe this is the secret, like, you gotta do it with a hollow in order to... I don't know what it would be. Like, maybe it is a, in order to cleanse the captain's sins? Because, to be fair, I guess I don't know how that works. Like, you can still build up sins as a hollow, and, by killing a hollow, you then cleanse of its sins with, by killing it with a Zanpakuto. Actually, I wonder how that works with, Yamamoto and, like, Unohana got killed by, oh boy, my brain is bad. Unohana got killed by, I know his name, I said it at the very start. But yeah, like, she was killed with a Zanpakuto, but, Yamamoto, I think, was killed by, like, just a Quincy era, right? Like, he had his Bankai stolen, and then I think he was killed by Ewok, actually. I don't remember how Ewok killed him, though. But if he was killed by a Quincy, then that is probably, a full soul destruction. Whereas with Unohana, like, her soul would have been, like, recycled. But yeah, I'm guessing immediately this is going to be they perform the Concert Eisai, but it goes wrong, and then something bad happens. And then they need the kids for some reason? Oh man, look at that handsome Ichigo. Like, it kills me how this looks like Ichigo, but he looks different. Despite Ichigo, like, having such a very simple design. Like, he's been tweaked so little, but it does make him feel older and more strapping and more muscular. Willpower ramen. Keiko doesn't have much sense to begin with. I mean, yeah, I don't know why I would go to willpower ramen. Like, even something like healing ramen, I would get and say, like, okay, the noodles are so good that you eat them and you're healed. Willpower, like, that's not even a challenge. It's not even like you need to have willpower. It is just a, like, this ramen is made with willpower. I assume that's Uryu hitting him with the hard diss. Oh, wait a minute, no. This is, Keiko's other friends. The other one. But okay, so he wants Ichigo to come. Why? You're not an outsider when it comes to Captain Ukitake. I mean, is he not? Like, it's not, to be fair, he was friendly with everyone, but was he more connected to Ukitake than to, like, Unohana? I'd say, yeah, he's different. Like, with Yamamoto, I understand why it would just be people who knew him, because, he was the commander general for so long. With Ukitake, like, they weren't really friends. They thought you could... Okay, so, Kyoraku and Rukia. So, okay, that would get him to come. Well, if it isn't Ichigo, what's this? This is amazing. You can see his face. God, immediately. Like, I don't like this as much as Ichigo's age up. Like, I think the side ponytail is a bit much, but I do appreciate that, again, yeah, like, this is Rukia, but she looks older. Even though she probably shouldn't, actually, now that I think about it. Like, a couple years shouldn't have changed her very much, but it looks like she is a lot taller. Oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. Can we get a better shot of this thing? It looks like it's an iPhone 11. Oh, that's so cool. Like her turning and being like, hey, can I just turn this over to see her? Oh no. See, you're the type of husband who leaves all the housework to his wife. I know what's going on. You're one of those estranged couples still living under the same roof even though you've lost your domestic bliss because of emotional abuse. Rukia, stop! We recently got something called TV in the Soul Society. We can watch shows from the world of the living now. But damn, so technology's advanced a lot now. What happened again? Ah, right, Urahara. That would also make a lot of sense, actually. Like, both as of course, Urahara is, like, he would be pushing the Department of Research a ton just because he is a genius. But also, he's just been in the world of the living for the longest time. So he would have just seen a bunch of, dumb bullshit that you wouldn't need. And if there's one thing he loves, if there's one thing that everyone in Soul Society loves, it is dumb bullshit. So I can see why he would be like, yeah, I'm just going to remake the iPhone 11. Oh no! Oh no! Kurasuchi, what happened? Why did someone let Mayuri do this to himself? I mean, to be fair, that is every Mayuri design. Every Mayuri design is, oh no, stop. It's so bad. I hate it. But this is even more, oh no, this is so bad, I hate it. I have always tailored my developments to Sarate's aesthetic. He simply doesn't understand good taste and is undoing all my good work. Oh no. Okay, so he is just a hologram. I wonder if Kurasuchi's making his own, like, androids in contrast to Mayuri's iPhones. I can see that. It's futile. Even if you squash that bug, I've deployed others that will take its place. I love this. I love this so much. Hey, we got to see a little bit of Yamada again. But okay, so he is projecting himself everywhere. It's a message for all the assistant captains. Is that Ichika saying I'm home? Okay, yeah. It's Captain Kurasuchi. He's so cool. Oh no, Ichika. Ichika's brain is being heavily corrupted. Regarding the concert side tonight, in order to accomplish the pre-ceremony Jogimen Reibaku capture, assistant captains must assemble in the world of the living. So I guess the captains are all going to assemble, like, in Soul Society. The assistant captains will go capture the one holo they need. The one holo they need. That feels like a bit much, but maybe they have, like, a special thing they have to put on it. Huh. And also, if Mayuri is the one, like, telling everyone you gotta do this, I imagine there's gotta be a practical reason for it. Otherwise, I feel like he would just not show up. Like, he is very much the kind of person who would just be like, there's no point to this, so I'm not going to do it. Oh, it's so weird seeing First Company without Yamamoto now. Tao. I don't recognize that name. Okay. Huh, so those aren't speech bubbles, so he's not saying it out loud. Interesting. I wonder if he has, like, telepathy, maybe? Yeah, he's acting pretty self-conscious. This is a hologram. How can it shoot lasers? But okay, cool. So Ichigo's going to come to the world of the living. Presumably, Ichigo's son is going to hightail it to Soul Society. Huh. So something's going down. I mean, like, obviously the holo thing, but I wonder, like, maybe they're going to be the ones who make it go wrong? Or maybe just Ichigo's gonna make it go wrong? Because also, there's so many of them here. Like, throughout the entire war arc, there was so much focus put on how, like, even without, even with their limiters on, like, so many powerful, people shouldn't be in the same area at the same time. And yet, they're all gonna be here to capture one holo. Like, something super duper important has to be a part of this. But I don't know what it would be. Okay. Oh, Ichigo's a translator. Not what I would have expected, but to be fair, like, there's not a lot I can think of that I would want Ichigo to have as a job. Like, I wouldn't want him to be an authority figure. I would want him to be able to, like, casually do Soul Reaper stuff if he wanted to. So, like, being a translator is, like, it doesn't mean to make me go, like, yeah, that fits him or anything, but it makes sense that he wouldn't be doing anything, like, religious or anything. Like, he's got enough spirit soul stuff already. And, like, it does give him a lot of flexibility. Okay, so we're really focusing a lot on Rindo. He doesn't talk. Do you know sign language? Okay, so he's mute. So that's what the text was supposed to be. It was him, like, signing. He can read lips so he can understand us. That's really cool. Like, again, like, Bleach has been a series that has been, like, way more inclusive than your average series. Sorry, got interrupted. Anyways, like, I just wanted to say that, like, Bleach has been, like, very diverse in terms of characters. And so, it is kind of cool that, like, Kubo's still going, like, yeah, I could still, like, do characters that, like, it's not just that they have a gimmick, but it is also just, like, this is also another kind of person who could be really, really high in Soul Society. Oh boy, now who is this? Like, this does not... I was about to say, is this Ichika? But I can't imagine. Like, Ichika's not been a very what-up kind of person. Oh, damn! Is this okay? Like, everyone's kind of customized their robes a fair bit. Are they Shihakusho? But this is so customized. Like, these are not robes anymore. Damn, Yu Yayahara. This is the danger of having television in Soul Society. But yeah, I honestly do like this look, though. She looks great. So she's Lisa's assistant. Damn. I mean, to be fair, like, the thing I liked about so many of the captain and assistant captain dynamics were, like, when they were very contrasting. And, like, this is nothing if not contrasting with Lisa. Getting selfies. I'm not a hero, cut that out, no filters. They have a line? Urahara, what are you doing? There's a line on these? What? Also, sorry, I'm going to turn down the audio a little bit. I'm kind of peaking. The last time I used this mic, I wasn't that loud, actually, so I'm surprised. I mean, maybe it's just because I'm screaming because it's Bleach. Yeah, who even enabled line messaging on the Soul Pagers? Urahara. What is she sensing? Like, that's obviously a kanji, but they didn't translate it or anything. What the fuck is this? What? What's that? Why hasn't anyone else noticed it? But yeah, what the hell is this? I mean, first of all, god damn, look at this composition. Now, this is some, like, I mean, the composition, also just the design. This is some real Kubo. But okay, what the hell are these things? Huh. And okay, so, yeah, like, it does have, like, just two big circles. But it's not like a hollow, because, yeah, like, there's no, like, hole in the center, and also, like, all the holes have masks. There's no mask here. What the heck is this? Huh. God damn. Oh, are they double hollows? Like, this one makes it very clear that, like, yeah, like, they all have two of these circles in a way. Like, this one's just straight up got Mickey Mouse ears. But that's gotta be it, right? I mean, this one doesn't seem to, but we're not seeing, like, the full shot of it. I guess they have to be double hollows. If they are, it's honestly a, like, how do I put this? It would be very, very fanfic to just say, like, hey, these are double hollows. I mean, oh, first of all, I don't know how you would do double hollows, because the whole point of the hole is, this is where, you know, like, you know, this is where the chain was ripped out. And then even with the Uran, it's like, it's moved around. But there's no reason why you would have two. But, like, if these are, in fact, double hollows, I appreciate that, you know, like, the step between being fanfic and being, you know, something more is that in a fanfic, it would just be, I look like a normal-ass hollow, or I look like an Rankar, but I've got two holes. Whereas this is so, like, the holes are extended from the body in all of these. Like, it's so weird. It's so eerie. Actually, do they all have chain marks on them as well? Did this... Yeah, I guess that's what this is supposed to be. Like, these imprints here. You can't really see them on any other parts, but, like, with the chunkier ones, you can definitely see, like, that's obviously a chain, that's a chain, that's a chain. But, like, it doesn't look like they have chains on them. It is just, like, they have the imprints of these chains on them. Which I guess could also work as they, like, you know, you have the chain that connects you to, like, life, and then these are not necessarily, like, maybe they were, like, torn out in a special way, and that's why there are two holes? Or, like, they were bound in their own chains? Yeah, I have no idea. I've got ideas. I say I have no idea sometimes when I'm, like, just very confused. This also really gives her the feeling of being a kid. Like, to be fair, like, in the final chapter, and also, like, all throughout this, she has felt very much just like a kid. Like, even when she is very confident, it is never a, like, more mature than you would expect sort of energy. And also the fact that she is saying, like, you know, father instead of, like, daddy or dad or anything, like, she's got that, like, Kuchiki blood in her. Yeah, they don't have spiritual pressure. And yeah, like, I don't know if these are hollows even. I mean, I think they're double hollows, but they might not be. Either way, you probably shouldn't take one of these things to Soul Society. Oh, okay, so he writes out his command because he can't say it. That's, again, really cool. God damn. It looks kind of like Zabimaru, but, like, with paper. How does that work? Oh, dude, that's so cool! Oh. So they do have skeletons. Also, God, these three panels, again, interesting that, again, they didn't eat this entire hole, though. Like, there's some, like, blood on it, but even then, I don't think they ate it. I think that must be, like, blood coming off of this and onto it. So, like, are the holes not, like, organic? Or, you know, as organic as hollows get? Ooh, what's her release gonna be? It's gotta be something trendy, right? Actually, no, she's already, like, you know, like, striking them. Lisa's company is not the one... Yeah, Soifon is still around as a captain. I was gonna say, like, is she, like, connected all to the Assassination Corps. But actually, right. The Assassination Corps are not the same as Soifon's division. Like, she is leader of her division and also separately leader of the, is it the Keto Corps? No. There is like a straight up just Assassin Corps that we never really see anything from. But I'm guessing then she's probably from the Assassin Corps as well. Rawr. Dude. Oh, she's got paw prints on her nails. And I guess also she was like striking with the nails. Oh, right in the crotch. God, she's so cool. I mean, this is also very much like the aesthetic of Bleach. The like, I've never seen this character before, but within 3 pages, I'm immediately like, okay, I'm sold on this person. They are the coolest thing in existence. Oh shit, this is oh, what is his name? From the Science Corps or the Science Division. Oh, what was his name? I remember it being like a very normie name, like normie for a Japanese name. 3344558881236 melt. Is this his Zanpakuto, or is this like a science keto? It's like he poured something out. I guess it depends on whether he still has something with him, like if he can continue to use these afterwards. If he can't, then I'm guessing this is some sort of science keto. Oh, Akira! Okay, now, I mean, I can't do it up here. I mean, also, this is a one-shot, to be fair. Like, whatever this is, it's gotta get wrapped up here. But, like, if Kubo ends up doing more Bleach stuff, I do definitely need to fast-track reading the light novels. Because, like, I do really want to read, like, everything I've heard about the light novels makes them sound very Bleach. Like, both people who like Bleach like light novels, and also they just sound very Bleach. And, like, all the stuff going on, and the fact that they seem very complicated, and we get to see a bunch of, like, new Bankai, so... I brought that up because I saw this, and I'm pretty sure, like, Akira's Bankai, I haven't seen it or anything, but I know it's, like, in the light novels. And if it were to show up here, I wouldn't be mad or anything. What's his name, like, Aku or something? Killing me, they don't remember his name. I feel so abandoned. Must you go so soon, Renji Abarai? I wanted to see your face so much on such an auspicious day, that I came all the way out here. Huh. Also, is this, like, another... Like, maybe this is, like, the step beyond, like, not beyond Ronkar, but, like, something like that? Because, like, I'm assuming this halo is, like, one of the holes, and then this person probably also has, like, one as a halo. Like, there's so many things you could do with the concept of, you got 2, like, circles that are separate from, the core of the body. Is this someone that Renji killed? Like, as much as I remember Bleach, I don't think I would be able to tell you all the characters that Renji has fought. I could probably say all the characters Renji has killed. I don't think he's killed anyone ever in the series. I feel like he's always been kill stolen. You're Xyalaparo. Okay, and so, actually, is that the same one as this? Or does he, like, are they stacked on each other in the back? But okay, so, also, Renji does recognize Xyalaparo Gons. I only remembered, like, the end of his fight, where he fought, Scientist Man. But, I'm also actually really curious as to how this works with the last time we saw him. Like, for the, I believe, non-canon Hellverse movie. Like, yeah, all the movies are non-canon. But for that, Tite Kubo did draw a one-shot that I assume is canon, where, like, we see Xyalaparo in hell. Like, it is the, even if your soul has been purified, like, the sins you have committed as a hollow are so deep that you as a hollow are going to be in hell from now on. And I'm curious as to, like, is that going to tie into this at all? Because, yeah, like, he must be from Hell then. But, like, would it align with the Hell? I know he also did designs for the Hellverse movie, but again, I'm pretty sure that's not canon. So, like, how does that work? Like, if the villain from the Hellverse movie is canon, and like, the part where they were brooding as, like, they were talking to Xyalaparo in the manga chapter, if that's all canon, but then the movie isn't, what happened to those guys? And yeah, like, so I guess he is whatever's going on with them. So I'm guessing he is also, like, a double hollow now. Because, like, he's got the chains, he's got the, like, the circles that are not in his body. It actually looks like this skeletal hand is also, like, making circles. I said I came just to see your face, but that was mere flattery. So that scrawny Quincy isn't here either then, or that mad scientist. Okay, so it was he was kind of goofing a little bit. I was wondering if this was a specific, like, he really hates Renji in particular. That's right. I was cast into hell. Hell is great. You can cast away your hollow yoke. My whole is no longer bound to my flesh. My hate and suffering are both like tears. So, okay. So that's the concept. It is like a purified hollow or something like that. Like, a hollow who has cast away their whole is now, like, one of these double hollows. Actually, no, I think it's more that the double hollows that we saw before Psylocke, because, yeah, like, it doesn't seem like this is attached. So I think it's like, those ones are in the process of having their yolks removed. And so they are still attached, but they are not, like, in their cores, or, like, you know, in any part of their body. They are, like, being pushed out, but they're not all the way out. Whereas Psylocke has, like, his is all the way out. It is now just, like, floating there, but it's still there. My hate and suffering are both like tears, as they overflow out of my brain. I mean, to be fair, he also had one of the most fucked up endings in that, you know, Mayuri gave him the drug that makes you slow down like 1,000,000,000 times, and then like stabbed him to kill him, and it was like, you're going to be experiencing that, you know, my blade slowly moving towards you for eternity. She gonna attack Ichika? Is this where, I gotta go back and look at Ichigo's son's name, because I remember it, but I don't remember it. Kazui writes, okay. The gallows of hell are clairvoyant. You don't need to answer. Now, how about I start by killing your daughter, Renji Abarai? Okay, we're just going. I said this actually about the Tatsuki Fujimoto one shots. It wasn't Get Back, right? Look Back, right? It was Look Back. But in the same way that I appreciate that one shot for being so long, I appreciate this for also being so long, because like Kubo is not a dense writer. Kubo is very much a, like, the art needs to breathe. You know, there's, like, a bit of speech in, you know, every page as opposed to every panel. I mean, he can do some level of density, but he doesn't like it, clearly. And I'm glad that this really feels like it is breathing. There's so much going on. But okay, it won't earn me much acclaim to kill you now, but I'm going to kill you, Ichigo Kurosaki. Who the hell are you? Right, Ichigo's never met him. And if the gates of hell, or, like, if the, what was again, the gallows of hell are clairvoyance? I guess that also makes sense, as they, like, he's seen all of them, he knows what's been going on, but of course, like, it wouldn't be the other way around. Like, Ichigo definitely didn't go to the debrief of, alright guys, here's what went on in Hueco Mundo. It's not absorbing back into the air, so it's not reishi. I guess this is, like, hell energy then. It's phosphoplasm from hell. Right. This fight isn't happening here. They are just in Soul Society. So why is the phosphoplasm showing up here? There's an old wives' tale I hope you'll humor me enough to hear. It has been told for a good long while in the Soul Society. I even thought so. There was something called Spirit Class. In the past, it was a scale used among aristocrats. It indicated the density of the spiritual pressure within reishi. A normal company member has 20 class reishi. Okay, so it goes up. So assistant captain has 5th or 4th, then those greater than 3rd class are captains. Okay, Soul Reaper's body is composed of reishi when they pass on, right. But anyone above 3rd class has spiritual pressure too dense to be absorbed without intervention. The Consort has a ceremony to allow the reishi to be returned. Okay. Okay, so that's not even the old wives' tale. So that makes sense, I guess, as the, like, you're supposed to bring a hollow here, like a normal ass hollow. The hollow then, I guess, absorbs the phosphoplasm, or, like, the, like, super dense reishi, whether or not that is phosphoplasm or not. But, like, the hollow absorbs it. Maybe they get stronger, which is also why you would have to have all the captains there. And then by killing the hollow and purifying it, you then get rid of that reishi that's way too dense to be absorbed. But okay, so what is the old wives' tale? And, like, what are we doing within, like, 10 pages? In actuality, reishi that's 3rd class and above can never return to the Soul Society. So what are we to do? It's not as though we could allow overly powerful reishi to linger loose in Soul Society indefinitely. And therein lies the other reason behind Consort Days. Within the ceremony, the deceased captains are cast into hell. And okay, so Psylocke was saying it at the same time. And also, oh my god, that would also explain why he would be doing this now. If, like, you know, if Yamamoto and Unohana both ended up in hell, and Psylocke saw that and was like, okay, either I can, you know, come back maybe, like, by using their reishi or something. But okay, that's also, like, everything about Soul Society is so fucked up. I buy this immediately. This does not feel like the villains are saying this evil thing to throw you off your game. I 100% buy this. What I'm talking about is the truth. But fret not, Ichigo Kurosaki. I'm sure you're already aware that power always has a cost. The wayward souls who have lost the right of return due to the power they themselves sought are cast into hell as salvation. This is a kindness, and the kind-hearted Soul Reapers aren't aware they've sent their companions to hell with their own hands. Because also, oh my god, this means that Ichigo's going to hell! Like, with the various Arankar, I'm not too upset about that. Like, you know, there's one or two where it's like, you know, it sucks that they would have to go to hell. And, you know, there are tons of, like, the captains where I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't want this person to go to hell. Or even like someone like Renji, where like, right, so many of the vice captains now, like due to the events of the war and like presumably due to like whatever's happening in the light novels as well, like so many of them have achieved Bankai, so many of them are probably third class at this point, so many of them are way stronger than they should be, which means that like so many of the characters we know and love are 100% going to go to hell when they die. Like, presuming that this is all going to remain the same. Also, we're at page 67 of 75. I feel like this is going to just be another arc. I feel like he's just teasing either another arc of the manga, or he's going to, like, do another light novel series or something. I mean, clearly, like, between the light novels and the gacha game, like, there's so many ideas that he obviously still has. I mean, also Burn the Witch. Burn the Witch is just, let's just do more Bleach, but on the other side of the world. Because, right, is Byakuya dead, actually? Because if he's dead, he's probably in hell. Or he's, like, I guess depending on when they died. Because, right, so many of them died, like, in, like, of the captains that did die, they would have all died during the Blood War. Which would mean that, like, this would have to happen a couple more times in rapid succession. You don't believe me? What else is my appearance before you but proof? The balance has collapsed. The powerful spiritual pressures that were holding the maw of hell shut. Sosuke Aizen and Ewok have disappeared. Oh, that also makes a lot of sense as to, like, because also, like, the fact that Ewok, like, had Almighty, and he used it to, like, try to attack Ichigo's son in the future, like, that also makes sense to say, like, Ewok's powerful spiritual pressure would have survived in some way up until this point. Like, this is why this would be happening right now, as opposed to, like, right after the previous arc. Since then, you have sent those powerful spiritual pressures to hell one after another, and the jaws of hell can now be wrenched open from the other side. Oh my god, this means, again, like, I don't remember which of the Arrancar went to hell, actually. Like, some of them may have not gone to hell. But this means we could have some of the dead Arrancar show up in the series with new forms again. Like, oh my god. Court Guard founder Genryusai Yamamoto, Death Sword Retsu Unahana, and today, you're early. Kamikake God Sworn, Jushiro Ukitake. Huh. That is not Ukitake's Zanpakuto design, though. Oh, actually, is it the, like, they did Concert Yusai on, Yamamoto and Unohana, so they can't come out of hell. But Ukitake is going to come out of hell. It's done. Here, just now, you massacred the beasts of hell, right in front of Jushiro Ukitake's eyes. So what does that mean? Like, is it going to be a, like, the former captains that are not, that have not undergone Concert Yusai are going to come out as enemies? Because also, like, Ukitake, I mean, he was okay with dying. Like, he was releasing, that part of the Soul King out of his body when he died. But I mean, also, he's in hell. And, like, I imagine he probably has not had a good time. But actually, I guess it could be the other way around. It could be, right. This is probably Ukitake trying to restore balance in hell. This is probably, he opened up the door, he killed, he killed Sazai because, Sazai was not supposed to escape. But now that they've killed the beasts of hell, which also do not look like the ones that were in the movie. So, the movie's definitely not canon for that, at least. Like, this is probably Ukitake is now, like, king of hell, and he's coming out to go fight the Soul Reapers as a big ol', like, fuck you guys, maybe? Because also, if Concert Yusai, just traps them in hell, but they're still there, we could have, like, a Hell Yamamoto and a Hell Unohana, both of which are, were hyped up throughout the whole series as being so damn powerful, and who we still have not, like, truly seen their full strength. Because Yamamoto was, being countered by Ewok, and, he had his Bankai stolen. Unohana had to fight Kenpachi in order to, like, fully awaken Kenpachi's true strength. And so we didn't really get to see her, going all out. And then, of course, they would probably be even stronger because of this. Because then also, like, presumably, this is what you look like if you are a hollow who has cast out your yoke. But, like, is there an equivalent for Soul Reapers who have, like, cast away something about them? Now then, I'm going home. You can think on this. Hell has always been beside you. I certainly doubt you failed to notice. Haven't you ever wondered why the butterflies that guide the Soul Reapers have hell in their name? Right, they are hell butterflies. Hell has always been beside you. Bleach new breathes from hell. And again, what the fuck? What the fuck? So, okay, so we didn't get back to Kazui's whole deal. So let's start with this again. When I was younger, I had 2 goldfish. I adored the dear things, right? It is the, like, it was good that the larger one died. Like, I still don't know who is saying this. It could be Kazui. I mean, we still don't really know Kazui's, like, if anything was going on in that final chapter with, Ewok about to attack him. Like, was he, like, I mean, the fact that he has abilities is already Like, like he's inherited Soul Reaper powers in the same way that Ichigo did, but also there's more going on. He's always been a bit weird. I mean, first of all, Kubo, you're being really dirty. This is not a one-shot. This is definitely a promise of more. Whether or not they let him do more, like, it's a promise of more for sure. Feels like a whole-ass arc. I mean, the thing that would be the most disappointing to me is if this was just a tie-in for the gacha, or like a tie-in for some pachinko machines or something. That would suck ass. If it's for the, like, yeah. Because, like, even with the gacha, like, there's only so much story you could tell there. I'm hoping it's, at the very least, like novels, at the most, manga. Because, like, it seems like a lot of old mangaka, or, like, mangaka who don't need the money anymore, are now going for the, I'm going to just release content when I want to, I'm just going to, like, I'm going to do an alternative to being in the meat grinder of Shonen Jump once more. So I doubt Kubo's going to jump back into the meat grinder. But I think he could, like, very much do something like Chojin X, where he just, like, draws Bleach whenever he wants to. Or alternatively, like, maybe a monthly Bleach? I could see him doing that. But no, even then, I feel like he would have the monthly manga problem of, like, filling up the chapters more, but not having as much content as he could. Whereas, like, weekly manga really suits his style a lot, because you can still, like, have very breathy, expansive chapters without having an anime to worry about. You can also, like, not have to worry about pacing. Oh. Okay, sorry, I got way off track. Like, this whole metaphor of, like, the larger thing dying so that the smaller one may thrive. That feels like that could also be, like, a metaphor for Kansura maybe? Like, by removing these extremely powerful spiritual pressures and this extremely dense Ryatsu that cannot be removed, you are allowing Soul Society to prosper. Whereas, like, if you allowed that, super dense Ryatsu to still exist, it would, like, wreak havoc on Soul Society. But, the cost of removing that thing is sending, a person that is, very good, who has done nothing wrong, or, nothing wrong, quote unquote, depending on how you feel about how the Soul Society is functioning. Like, Yamamoto has done some bad things. Like, by maintaining what Soul Society is, like, even to now, like, he's been doing a bad thing, and so has Kyoraku. But yeah, I guess that has to be, at least one of the potential ratings of this. That, like, the death of, not just the death of the big captains, but, like, the casting them into hell is vitally important, or otherwise Soul Society can't thrive. But in doing so, you are casting them into hell. Yeah, so this all happens after, like, the events we saw for most of the one-shots. So, first of all, there's just gotta be more, but also, what is Kazui doing? Because he opens it up, he's like, see, it's in here. It'll be fine, everyone's in here. I mean, maybe it's hell, actually. Maybe Kazui has can just go to hell. And it's fine. Like, it is there's nothing to fear because I don't have these hang-ups about what hell is. / because I've committed no sins. I could see that, because, like, how does this end again? They're in Karakura. The gates of hell close. We see there is an eyeball there, and it is looking at Kazui, who is looking up happily. You breathes from hell is, like, that's definitely, like, I'm assuming that is definitely just a statement of, like, like, new breath, new life, new, like, Bleach is continuing again. Like, something new is coming, and it is coming from hell. Like, this is going to be the hell arc. Oh my god. But yeah, I think that is a fair enough reading. There's nothing else I can really think about. I mean, I think, depending on how this arc goes, it could also be like, Ichigo and, like, some of the original cast of the series have to die if Ichika and, boy, I can never remember his name, Kazui. Why can I remember Ichika so well, but I can't remember Kazui? But, like, it could be some of the old guard has to die so that they can have a story, but even then, I don't think that's the case. Like, especially with how long-running the series is, and how, like, you don't need Kazui to take over. Like, Ichigo is not really, like, he doesn't care that much. Like, there's no reason why Kazui can't be important in his own right, and have his own, like, story that is not as, like, super high on the power scale, but is still very much important. Not to mention, like, with the Fullbring arc, like, Kubo did a really good job of showing that he can make a status quo that doesn't require, extreme power escalation. I could see a situation where it is a, like, in hell, your power is limited even further, but Kazui's immune to that or something. And so, like, we can do the, like, Ichigo's there, some of the captains are there, and everything there is really strong, but by virtue of, like, having no sins, perhaps, Kazui is able to still fight there. Or even, like, he doesn't fight. It could even just be he doesn't consider this to be a bad thing, and so, like, he is capable of, like, creating a peace there. Like, it sounds like, Ukitake is just gonna be really pissed off at them for killing all the beasts of hell. God, this is the most Bleach thing in existence, in that it is really cool. It brings up a lot of questions. There is a big promise of, you gotta just keep reading. There's gonna be more. I don't know if there's gonna be more. There's also the, like, Kubo's already promised season 2 of Burn the Witch, but then there's also this, and then, like, and then I know there's also, like, unique stuff in the gacha that I believe he was at least, like, consulted on. Oh boy, I am so excited. Like, at the very least, this is a good-ass chunk of Bleach. I don't want to call it a one-shot, because it does not feel like this is going to be a singular thing. This is not a standalone thing, at the very least. And, like, like, the art was still stunning. He still got it. Like, everyone looks good. We don't have the, like... Yeah, there's nothing I can really look at to say, like, this doesn't look like Bleach, or, like, this character looks bad now, or it looks different, or, like, Kubo's style has changed in the interim. Like, it just all looks like Bleach. He nails it. I mean, same with Burn the Witch, honestly. Like, Burn the Witch also just looks like Bleach, but, like, it has its own energy. It's by virtue of, like, all the uniforms being different and, like, all the witchy stuff. But, like, when he's drawing Soul Reapers, it's just an immediate, like, yeah, this is the world again. We're back. Oh, okay, so, brain a little scrambled. I'm gonna give it the very top, because holy shit, I mean, it's both a, like, everything about this was just really, really good, and also I'm going to be thinking about it maybe forever. Like, even after we get all the big reveals and stuff, like even after, like, more stuff comes out, I'll still remember this as just being the boldest, like, hey, I thought this was just going to be we're going to celebrate Bleach, we're going to do, like, a bit more of an epilogue or something. No, holy shit, he tripled down on doing something that is so big and so about the world, and, like, oh my god. Tight Kubo, never stop doing whatever you want to do. I will consume whatever he creates, and now I really do have to do the light novels. I don't want to do them here just because, like, I want to spend more time with my fiance. When I'm recording now, like, usually when I'm at home, I've got the bed behind our recording area, and so, like, I can be on the bed while he's recording, he can be on the bed while I'm recording, we can, like, be doing stuff, we can, like, talk to each other, but in this recording area, like, it's very echoey and very bad. Like, neither of us can really just be around while the other person is recording. It doesn't feel good on the ears, it's not good on the eyes, the lighting is very bad. So, I'm gonna save it until I get back home. But when I'm home, I gotta do it. I don't know if I'm gonna at least try to do reactions, and, like, I'll see how I feel about doing reactions to something that is just a straight-up-ass novel, but there's a timer now. I've been sitting on my laurels for too long. I love Bleach, and now I'm gonna get way more Bleach than I expected. Holy shit! Holy shit! Also, like, again, I said I was very excited for the anime. That's going to be a straight up, I'm doing that in private. I've already read the manga. I don't think reactions to the anime would be very good. I'm already, like, you know, also gonna do some movie stuff, you know, for, like, Kimetsu and whatnot, so, yeah, we'll see, we'll see. Oh, my throat is so raw. I really do think I wasn't just peaking because of my setup, but it must just be because of Bleach. Like, oh my god. I really hope that was listenable. Sorry, guys. I'm very apologetic if I fucked it up by screaming too much. But yeah, right at the top, no doubt about it. This is something I could not have guessed, and, like, it's so not fanfiction-y. Like, Boruto, the manga at the very least, feels so damn fanfiction-y, which is so weird, because, like, the anime, despite having more of, like, you know, the old cast and doing more, like, just straight-up fillery stuff, the anime for Boruto does not feel as fanfic as the manga. The manga has so much, like, it has those elements of, like, hey, this is a reference, you like this, or, like, hey, here's this new group that has no damn explanation, we're gonna have them be so much more powerful than everyone else. Whereas, like, this is like, yeah, Hell has been teased throughout the whole series, we never did anything with it. Hellverse, like, the movie, it felt like okay, Kubo doesn't have any ideas for Hell, or, like, there's nothing that would be an arc. We're not going to do a Hell arc, so this is as good as we're going to get. It is the perfect thing to bring back for this. Because then, like, yeah, we've got the Arankar that went to Hell. We've got now the captains that have gone to Hell. It's also, like, this is, like, Hell is being wrenched open, so they could also do, like, you know, some of the previous Kenpachis and stuff, if they wanted to. But at the same time, there's no obligation. And, like, it's so open. And then I still don't know anything about Kazui's whole-ass deal. There's so much, like, this is the energy I love about Bleach. It is there's so much I want to see, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but anything that I get, I'm going to be over the fucking moon for. Oh, okay, that's enough about Bleach. I gotta stop, I gotta move on. Bleach is too good. It destroys my brain. I can't handle it. But okay, so let us move on to some normal-ass Shonen Jump manga. Next is Neru, Way of the Martial Artist, Chapter 5. Whew. So, Neru, oh boy, okay, sorry, I'm coming down from the big high of the Bleach one-shots. Neru has to get a scarf from a ninja. I don't know if he's finished the test or not, actually. He was finishing the test, like, as he was running up the stairs, but it still might be undone. Like, there might be some left. So he's got to find a ninja, get the scarf, and then find the place where you have to turn in the test. You turn in the test, turn in the scarf, ring the bell. That, I think, is going to be the least like complex part, because I don't think Nerima is going to be the first person to turn in the test. And once you are turning in the test, like, you are ringing a bell, so I imagine everyone's going to be able to hear it. Like, there might be something they do with like the train to make it difficult, or it might be like in a maze or something. There might be like maybe some like tubes or something in the environment to like take the sound and like put it out in other ways, like other areas, or to confuse you. Like, there's stuff you could do, but I'm not worried about the bell. The bell feels like the least important part of this. Skill 5, who are you? Okay. So these are like the proctors. So he's up against upperclassmen trained in the art of stealth. He just searches randomly, he'll run out of time. Can he discern and identify likely hiding places and clues? So yeah, he got them immediately. I'm surprised. Like, that doesn't feel like something he would have a lot of training in, actually. Because, like, I doubt his grandpa was hiding a lot of the time. And that doesn't seem like something he would, like, naturally just have a lot of, like, normal practice with. Felt eyes. Someone's here. Okay. So, damn. This isn't even, like, you know, having to sneak up on the ninja. Like, no, the ninja showed up right behind him. Okay. Only 3 of us have black scarves. They're definitely bonus points, but I don't recommend trying for them. So, of course, Nerima's got to. I mean, I don't think he's gonna fail out anyway, but I could, in another world, see him failing out just because he refuses to give up on this ninja, and he would focus only on this one to the detriment of, like, fighting anyone else. But I think he's gonna be able to do it. At the very least, like, I'm curious to see if he'll be able to tag the ninja, though. Like, they definitely seem way faster than him. Which is also nice, is obviously Nerima is going to learn things at this school, so he should not be the best person in the entire school at the very start. Oh, this competition between the two of them is also really nice. It's just it's not like amping up the stakes. Like, I'm not feeling like Nerima's not going to be able to pass because this guy's gonna get the scar first. But it adds this other layer of intensity to it. He's probably half forgotten about the test already. When a martial artist faces a formidable opponent, they can react in one of 2 ways. Think of a way to avoid fighting, or see how they stack up. The latter option can be reckless, but it's often the instinct of those determined to improve their skills. I mean, yeah, that is the shonen spirit. That is the, like, I'm gonna go in, I will never stop going in. Okay. Ooh, natural caltrops. So yeah, it's gotta just be, like, seeds or something from a plant, or, like, from the trees. He's just running right over them. And he doesn't even have, like, an arch in his foot, because he's, like, you know, he's flat-footed. That's surprising. How? Oh, he probably already knows the move the ninja was using. Like, even if he doesn't have, like, the speed to do it perfectly. 5,000 flowers. Okay, and he's got the scarf off. Or, like, he's pinning the scarf, which is a very clear, like, I've beaten you, like, take it off. You just gotta not step down all the way. I'm used to walking over rocks and caterpillars and stuff without getting injured. Makes sense. Like, caterpillars is actually way more impressive than rocks. Because with rocks, that is just okay, I can feel a little bit of pain, I'm going to not. Whereas caterpillars is I'm not going to be hurt necessarily, but I don't want to crush the caterpillar. So I can sense the caterpillar, and I'm going to stop my step all the way, before it goes down all the way. Yeah, he wasn't even looking down. He's just reading the information through the soles of his feet. Damn, so his feet are both his second heart and his second brain. That move he used. That wasn't from the tournament, right? Him wearing the scarf honestly looks really good. Like, I could definitely see him, like, wrapping his hair in other parts of the series. Like, that, I can't get over how good that looks. Like, with the messy hair and the scarf. Oh, and of course, you gotta have the cheaters. You gotta have your I'm cheating during the tuning exam. Oh no. So I'm guessing Nerima's gonna have to, double back to beat up these guys. Though, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, he's exhausted, but maybe he's got what it takes to, fight off these guys. Because, yeah, I don't think Nerima would, like, run back. Like, he's not that altruistic. He's a good person, but, like, he's not I'm gonna make sure everyone passes, especially since he does want to be number 1. I think this is actually probably bait for some other character who's going to be more, like, altruistic, more, like, justice-oriented. Slash, obviously, it's going to be a thing for him. Like, whether he manages to beat them up, and that's a big, like, you guys thought I was gonna get my ass beat, but nope, I'm really good at martial arts. Or whether it is no, I got my ass beat, and I either didn't pass or I had to get a different scarf or something. Because yeah, these guys aren't good enough to fight the ninja, so like maybe they would, they could get their asses beaten by him. We'll see. Good Nerima chapter. Like, Nerima's just been very consistently solid. It has been just so consistently, like, there's just a feeling I get from, series like Undead Unluck and My Hero, and, like, even Me and Roboco is a bit different, but, something like Chainsaw Man, something where it's like, this instance, this is in another class. And that is genuinely what I get from Neru. Like, Red Hood feels like something that could grow into being really, really good. It feels more like a Black Clover to me, where I didn't really care about it that early on, but when I like read through the whole thing to catch up, it was very, really good. Whereas Neru feels just like an immediate classic, just an immediate, well, how are you not reading this? How is everyone not reading this? This is just a thing that is going to run and jump for 500 chapters. Alright, so that is Neru, Way of the Martial Artists. That said, I mean, even though I just dunked on Black Clover and, like, it still was not as good as Black Clover. I cannot say it was as good as the Elusive Samurai this week. I think it beats Red Hood this week. But, like, this was a good-ass Red Hood, so that is, like, that's not a, obviously it beats it. This is a, like, it is showing its fangs by beating it. Alright, now into the really spicy area of my stream, which also, usually I try to, like, change these to say, like, I'll do this right now, actually. Because this whole thing is pre-recorded. Even though I could keep the groupings like that, I don't want to. It feels disingenuous. So, with that, let us move on to Undead Unluck number 74. Let's get this plan started. So Andy's been working on this plan for 3 days, which means it's gonna be airtight. Like, he's a smart guy. I fully believe, like, actually, it's really interesting because, like, presumably he knows everyone in the Union, he knows all their abilities because he's drawing up this plan. But we don't even know all of that. Like, we still don't know what the fuck Nico's whole deal is. But I think that's honestly really cool because I imagine this is going to be a lot of, like, characters whose, where we know their entire deal combined with characters who we haven't done a flashback for, or we haven't really done a thing for them. I don't think we'll do it for Nico, actually. I feel like anyone else in the Union is going to have their stuff revealed. We might even do a flashback. We might do a, like, this person in the Union is actually very important to this person in Under. Or, vice versa. But I feel like, because we've kept Nico, like, away this whole time, I feel like we're not going to get Nico's deal until the second loop. That is my big prediction. Like, I feel like the second loop is going to feel like this big reset, but at the same time, in order to show that, things are progressing, we will see, like, Nico's deal in the second loop. Or, actually, it might be, like, we hear directly from Andy, like, this was Nico's whole deal, and so we're going to recruit Nico in this loop, and then it's going to be slightly different, but it's going to be a, like, we have to make sure this thing doesn't happen, and at the same time, they, make his life a lot better than it would have otherwise been. And so he's, like, less caustic. Like, he'll still be himself, but I think that would be a really cool way to also show, like, our plan here is to save people before the really awful stuff happens. Or, like, using our knowledge, we are going to intervene where we can. Like, I think Rip is 100% going to be in the Union. Or they might do, like, a Union 2 off to the side. Like, you can't go on the missions, but we are going to recruit you. We are going to, like, make your life better. As a clear, like, we just care about too many people. And so you'll be around, and we'll keep eyes on you. We're going to make sure that there's no need for Under to exist in this second loop. And then, like, if someone is to die in the Union, then we'll, like, swap someone in. Like, I could see something like that. I could see the second loop being the perfect run, quote-unquote. Like, it'll still be messed up, but I could see it being the, like, Andy and Fuko trying something that, trying a bunch of stuff that someone like Juiz would have never done just because she's locked into this specific view of trying to do this. Kind of like when you're, when you are really good at a game, but you haven't, like, looked up anything about it, and so you have this idea of how to speedrun it, but then you, like, you see someone else playing, it's like, oh, I didn't even know you could do those moves. And if you do those moves, then you can, like, do all these other ways, you can do all these other things to speedrun that I never even considered. But alright, they're getting strong, they're gonna beat some ass. I don't know, is this safe? Tatiana, is this safe? Like, I get that, like, she's being aggressive, this thing's popping off, but, like, I feel like she shouldn't have a breach in this containment field. And bring her back! Oh my god, that was actually, that was foreshadowing. I assumed that was a joke. I mean, it is a joke as well, but, like, that's really cool! I genuinely was not expecting that. Good thing we're in a rubber room made for Tatiana. But okay, it looks like she's getting a lot stronger as well. Her shell can't contain all of her power. Like maybe it's gonna get upgraded actually. I could see them doing a like I don't know how you would handle it. I think it would have to be like funnels from Gundam. But like something where she can be outside of the containments and then she can like use her abilities to like power something like, you know, whether it's like spinning a like turbine or something, or whether it is just like I've got some guns and you can like lift them up above yourself or something like that. I think she's been long overdue for an upgrade, but I don't exactly know what we could do for an upgrade. Like, I think it's got to be simultaneously, like, now that she's more confident, now that she has, you know, that she really likes Fuko, now that she, like, is feeling better, like, I feel like she's going to have more control over her abilities, but it's also going to be a, like, she will be separate from everything else, and, you know, no one's going to be beside her. It's not a, I'm going to learn how to, like, let people get physically closer, but rather a, I'm going to embrace this, you know, this fate that I have, and I will use it, I will embrace it even more and push away even harder in order to save my friends. So Andy's still sitting out there, still trying to, like, I'm certain the plan is basically just done, but, you know, it's the classic going over it again and again and again and trying to find every last little flaw, because you only got one chance. So matchups. Which is tough, because, like, again, if he knows everything about everyone in Union right now, like, if everyone told him, like, hey, this is my whole deal, he still doesn't know everything about everyone in Under. Yeah, the majority of our group is young and inexperienced. They've got pros, like, yeah, how do you deal? Especially because, like, they are very much not a, like, we're going to make sacrifices sort of group right now. Before, it seemed like the Union was more of a, like, yeah, if you die, no hard feelings. But now they feel like way more emotional. And yeah, like, Under's not going to come in blind. They're going to have plans as well. They almost certainly have an anti-union plan. So, like, how do you do a plan that can also, like, work against their anti-union plan? Like, you gotta think, like, 7 steps ahead. Yeah. And I'm glad that is his idea. Like, it's not that, okay, I need to decide who lives and who dies, but rather, I need to come up with a plan where no one dies. Like, Andy having that foresight, like, being undead and being able to live that long and thus having an appreciation for life is part of the reason why I love him so much. You really are another undead, aren't you? Oh, okay, so we're just gonna do the thing. Victor used to think that way too. You'll only have one life to live, so act carefully. Stay by my side. I won't let anyone die. Oh, so different from the Victor we have seen up to this point, which, to be fair, the reason he has been like that has been, you know, because of the situation he has been in. It's been because, like, you know, we've seen him in the mindscape, and so he's been killing Fuko because it's not really killing her. He wants to kill Juiz because he wants to put Juiz out of the suffering of having to go through this over and over again. It's like, it's so cool hearing what Victor is like when he is being friendly, when he sees you as, you know, an equal. Like, hearing Juiz talk about Victor makes me see, you know, the parallel between, you know, Juiz and Victor and Fuko and Andy. Billy blowing my arm off served as a reminder that I've always been the one being protected. I really hope, whether it is, like, somewhere around here, or, like, between the loops, or in the second loop, I really want to see the backstory, like, not all of it, necessarily. I mean, there is a magic to not seeing some backstory, or, like, you know, keeping something shrouded in, like, you know, this thing that happened in the past, and we're never really gonna see it. But at the same time, I mean, it is the quality of something that is perfect like that is that you want to see it, or you, as a fan, the fans always say, we want to see it, even if it is better if you don't see it. Like, something where everyone concurrently agrees, yeah, it's better if we don't see it, that kind of sucks. That means that you don't want it enough. It's not intriguing enough. People can't accomplish anything on their own. That goes for merely surviving, and of course for killing God as well. That's why I joined Victor, and forming this organization, the Union. By assembling reliable teammates, I realized that if everyone is together, nothing is impossible. And the way she looks here, like, the happiness on her face. Like, she looks so like Fuko in this shot. I mean, it could be a tiny bit of same face, but I think it is an intentional, like, we just have not seen Juiz like this, ever. Like, even when she's happy, it is the, you know, like, the line smile. It is not the big open mouth, like, show of, like, I'm talking out loud and being excited. And yeah, like, they are doing something highly unique. So it makes total sense that if they do the new loop and it is completely unlike anything Jui's ever tried, it would also make sense to me as they, like, yeah, she's been gaming it the same way this whole time. Right, in response to that, the others came to grips with themselves, worked together, and came to grow also. Like, they are this unbelievable, fresh winds. They are the fresh blood. They have been making everyone grow massively, which I also just like as a, like, the Union's been around for a long-ass time. The Union had, Andy in like, a prison 50 years ago. It's not that they haven't had time to grow and to think about stuff. It's that they just haven't had the raw impetus. Like, it is the, in times of extreme pressure, the greatest change can occur. Just as you want to save Fuko, we too would like to get Fuko. No, we would like to help you. It is the, like, don't think of it as you gotta protect the kids. Think of it as, you have to believe in them. And even Billy is here. Like, this is a clear, she still on some level believes in Billy. Believe in the members I've come across. The best members the organization has ever seen. Like, getting the speech from Juiz is so good. Like, holy shit. We've come so far in the series. We're not even at chapter 100. Like, it is genuinely mind-blowing. As much as I love something like Bleach, I spent a lot of time in that one-shot talking about how much I love Bleach. Like, this is still so... Like, it's so unbelievably good in such an unbelievably short time. Undead Unluck feels like it has been a whole series already. This place is pretty sick, ain't it? This organization, that is. Framed with the moon and the stars in the sky. Oh, he's bleeding, actually! Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, because the line is here and it's going down here. Was he bleeding at the start? No, he wasn't even bleeding here, actually. Huh. Like, I'm gonna go back a little bit just to make sure it's not like an art error, but no. Yeah, he's consistently drawn without that all the way up until right here. Huh. I mean, that could just be a tear, but I feel like, it's also not coming out of his tear ducts. So maybe it is a, like, because he's getting emotional, he is not using undead as much, like, right there, and so it's like a fresh wound once more and it's bleeding. Because, yeah, like, I think symbolically it's definitely supposed to be a tear. Like, it is the, like, he is stone-faced, he can't, like, be sobbing at this, but he is, like, genuinely being emotionally touched by this. Like, I'm too focused on the mechanics of this, but, like, I do see the emotional part of it as well. Crafting it out a little bit. I feel like he's gonna have it cracked by tonight, then. Because they also, like, I feel like, in addition to having the plan, you can only tweak it so much before you need to tell everyone, like, hey, this is what we're doing, start practicing. Okay, so we're just cutting right to it. Authorize. Sorry. I read this. Authorize. Operation. Neutralize Uma Spring and... all members locate your target negator and lead them to the designated area. Don't let them get away. Oh, and they're all wearing cloaks for some reason. They're all, like... I assume those are all, like, their communicators as well. But, like, this is really cool. This gives me very big, like meeting the, like, any group in Bleach, really. It is the, like, here's the whole group and they're shrouded in shadow, but we know them all. So I'm very curious to see, like, what practical reason there is for these cloaks. I know it's your abilities. No. I know that you yourselves can take these chumps down. This fight, where we don't know either of their abilities, at the very least, we're gonna get Nico's ability, then. I also do like the investigating versus confidential, like the you are not allowed to know this just yet, versus we of the Union are not hiding this ability, we're still trying to figure this one out. So, these two, I mean, they both have, like, floaty things, so I can see why they'd be a good matchup. This one is, yeah, Untruth Untouchable versus Unrepair, and these two... I mean, did we not get hers? Was her... I guess, no. I guess we were just, like, figuring out theories about what the heck her ability was. Her strange tsundere-esque ability. Unbunny, I still have no guess about. Like, I said Unbunny. I do think, like, it could be literally anything. I don't know if Bunny is a negator, even. This just could be the most whack, like, artifact that God has ever created. Then Undecrease versus Unmove and Unstoppable. This makes a lot of sense. Like, this is the, you freeze him, I beat his ass. Slash, like, the bullets are already in the air, so I'm gonna stop them, or, like, the explosive is about to explode, or the explosion has already happened. Like, yeah, they're a really good pair. And then, of course, like, if he gets attacked, the Top can run in and save him. Yeah, like, yeah, Chikara and Top are a good pair. Alright, let's get this plan started. And so... yeah, this still isn't everyone, though. Like, we don't know all the matchups. Interesting. Because, yeah, like, I assume Billy's gonna be around, but then, like, who fights Billy? I feel like Andy has to fight Billy, actually. Because, like, Unluck as it is... or, sorry, Undead right now, as it is, with his new, like, perspective, I'm very curious to see how he'll fight. Because, like, Victor has the... I mean, he might just have to go full Victor, actually. Like, against the sheer array of things Billy can do. And the fact that Billy is very good at, like, using them in sequence. I am curious to see, though, if Billy does get a partner. Because I feel like it would just make sense for him to not be soloing everyone with his power. It'd make a lot more sense for him to have either, like, someone who, like, is running as a distraction, or someone who's a meat shield, or something like that. Also, actually, he probably has Sean's ability, right? I don't know if I don't think he's used it yet, but he probably has Sean's ability, so he could just be invisibly in one of these fights at one point. Like, it seems like he can only use one negator ability at a time, but he could do it very easily, like, pop in, hey guys, I'm here, shoot you in the face, disappear once more. Very, very excited for the rescue Fukuizumo arc. Right, I mean, even though it started with Operation Neutralize Uma Spring and Rescue Fukuizumo, I wasn't even thinking about the fact that, yeah, they need a whole team that's gonna beat Spring's ass. So, alright, let's see how this goes. Undead Unluck is so good. Ooh. Sorry, I'm recording a little late, but I still got lots of pep in my step, and we only have 2 more series to do, so I'm not too worried. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I did not add in Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone was off last week. So actually, it is 3 more series. Is it Dr. Stone, then My Hero, then Me and Roboco? Either way, Undead Unluck is an easy... I mean, I still can't put it above Bleach. Like, I'm gonna say right now. Unless My Hero... Like, Dr. Stone, I think, is also... It's currently in the, like, we're in between arcs sort of area. So I don't know if we're gonna do an amazing one. Really, only My Hero, I think, could topple Bleach, but even then, it'd be a real tough one. Undead Unluck, right above Black Clover. Black Clover is still phenomenal right now, but still not up in the upper echelons. Alright, there is a Dr. Stone this week, though, right? And let me make sure I'm not missing anything else. I mean, if I do, I will record it next week. But I think we're good. Yeah, of all the things I'm currently doing. Also, have not forgot about Chojin X, but Chojin X just keeps on coming out. I might just, after I record this, I might just, do a day for editing and releasing this, plus releasing the stuff I haven't released. I did record Look Back, so that's coming out. Chojin X, I might just give it a little bit, see if Suishita puts out another fucking chapter. We'll see. Next, though, we've got... Ooh, color page, actually. Dr. Stone at chapter 206. And damn, Yuzuriha is now forcing herself to stay conscious for 8 years! Damn! I need to stay conscious because Senku, Taiju, and all the others we've met along the way are definitely coming to revive us. I mean, even if you don't stay conscious, like, you can, like, you might be okay. Like, we haven't seen anyone who's been truly, like, fried. Either way, like, oh, that's so cool. I'm really glad that, like, Inagaki and Boichi put that in as yeah, there's, people are still struggling out there. People are still waiting. Like, they can't just spend all their time doing nothing. Like, people like Yuzuriha are going to be suffering this whole time. But okay, Dr. Stone. Oh, we didn't even get the chapter title, so I guess it's probably going to be a big title drop at the end. So, making the computer, having a big old beach party. I see Boichi just wanted to do a big, like, hey, it's summer, let's do a fun summer page thing. Zeno does not look like he's having fun at the beach. But okay, actually, I wasn't even thinking about it. Maybe they're going to the US right now. Because that would make sense. Like, they're right near there. Like, it'd be easier than going all the way to... Wait a minute. No. It'd be easier to do Japan... Did they not already do the US, actually? Where the hell is Yuzuriha? Where is Yuzuriha? Wait a minute. I thought she was in the US. So, they are going up to the US. So... crack him out. Is he gonna finally hang out with Kaseki as he loves, as is Joel's dream for some reason? That also feels a little weird. That felt a little contrived as they I remember they said something about a man named Kaseki, who sounds like he'd be a really cool dude who's really good at crafting stuff. I wish I could meet him. Taiju and Yuzuriha together once more, but no confession yet. I mean, maybe in this chapter. I'm not gonna hex it. Maybe we'll finally get the confession. Maybe enough men have finally been broken out that Taiji will finally be like, all right, Yuzuriha can have sex with all these men if she wants to. Maybe I can confess now. Maybe it's finally okay. Maybe it's not weird anymore. But okay, so this is written from Dr. Zeno. Teaming up, eerie enemy, moon mission. Okay, so they didn't bring Kaseki. So the one thing Joel wanted to do, and they can't even let Joel do it. I mean, by the time he finally meets him, honestly, I would be okay with this if we are building up to a gag where he meets Kaseki and it is a simultaneous, like, I really like you, but also this is not who I thought you were gonna be. I thought you were going to like look completely different. Oh boy, here we go. We're making a computer. Okay, Z equals 206, Dawn of the Computer. Weird place to put this, actually. Like, not at the beginning, not at the end, not like, a page or two after the color pages, but just like right here, like 8 pages in. or 9 pages in. So computers are all about on-off switches. It's a world of ones and zeros. So yeah, how do you do this though? Like without transistors? Okay, so he's just doing like a practical example. The boys have white flags representing the numbers. Our raised flag is a 1, a lowered flag is a 0, and the girls' red flags are our answers. If only one or the other is raised, you raise your red flag. And then when both white flags raise together, you lift yours. So yeah, this is going to be basic binary. 0 and 0 is 0, 1 and 0 is a 1, 1 and 1 is 2. I love this. I love the hard contrast of Suika just being real chill and like, she doesn't have to worry, she gets what's going on, she's having a good time, whereas Kohaku is trembling as she's like, I'm gonna do it! I'm honestly like with the big push like internationally of get kids interested in STEM and like let's make more toys that are that aren't just a like literal here's how you fucking code, but a specific like this is a toy that teaches you logic, and then this logic is just going to make it a lot easier when you get into coding. Like, I would be very into Dr. Stone doing an arc that is just like, we're going to do simple logic. Like, I feel like it, like they might go a little too fast, but I would be really happy if they do like, once a chapter, like, now here is how you would like do an XOR gate, or like this is an AND, like just the general idea of, we've already done statements. So now we're going to say like, okay, you could do an AND gate, and that is a like, do this and this. So yeah, they don't have semiconductors. We're cooking up some donuts. Hey, oh man, I wish he was here for this one. They're cooking up some donuts. Cheap, fast, sturdy. For a brief moment of history, Japan used sheer ingenuity to compete via this donut-shaped computer. Okay. The Parametron. I have never heard of this. Okay. Mix copper and zinc and make them into little donuts with wire coiled around the whole thing. So you just need 5. I love this callback as well, of like, we need about 800 of these, nah, just 5. So the electric oscillation is like a swing, moving back and forth. On a real swing, if you have some people swing one way and some the other, the majority wins out and decides which way it moves. Okay, so it is a, like, you're not doing it as a, like, gate of, is this 1 or is it 0, but rather a, like, the amount that it moves determines, like, the, yeah, you add a 1, the output goes up by 1. You remove an output, it goes up, doesn't. If there is, if there's like, just no input, it doesn't move. That makes enough sense. Okay, so they've got an adder circuit. Oh, he seems really into it. So, okay, show me how the adder circuit works. So, 0 plus 0 equals 0. 0 plus 1 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. That lights up. That's as much as we had already. Okay. By creating more Parametron adder circuits and linking them together, then little by little, they'll be able to handle bigger and bigger computations until our computer surpasses what we as humans can do. So this is now we have to get 800 of these. This is the first step towards my beloved computers. This is gonna be a big-ass computer. But I mean, I'm very excited for that. That's what I wanted. And this is honestly so much cooler than doing, like, going through the Western way of doing it. Like, that has been one of the big things I've loved about Dr. Stone. So many, like, we're gonna build the world again, or we're gonna, like, do science, is the, like, we're going to do it in the order that, the way that happens in history, when that is not special. Like, there is no reason why you would have to do stuff in that way. Dr. Stone has been very good about the, like, we need this thing, so I'm just gonna leap forward and make this thing. Or, like, we've done these things, and we're doing them out of, the order in which we, in which human history originally did it. And that allows us to, like, take this really interesting path through these new inventions. Like, that, and also just the fact that this is a Japanese thing makes me very happy about it. But okay, so this is all for the computer memory. So that's for the display. Computer memory is, I guess, yeah, it's just magnetic memory. It's just like magnetic tape, which makes sense. Like, tape-based memory is, something you can still use, something that, a lot of, like, companies still use for, like, long-term storage, just because, like, you can pack so much information on it, and it's super cheap. But it's, it's not read-write. It is a, like, you burn it on and then it's done, and that's why, you don't really use it for consumer stuff that often. Because also, I believe it takes a long-ass time to read it, because it is, like, literally tape. It is like, a VHS, in that you would have to, like, start, then go through all of it, so it wouldn't be very useful if you wanted to, like, like, you can't really, like, scan through it or scrub through it. As far as I know, I see that calculator, so calculator plus programs plus this stuff over here. I guess this is just supposed to be like energy, like gets you, so whatever this is. What is this actually? What is this? But yeah, calculator plus ROM cartridge / programs gets you the NES. NES then plus energy gets you the Parametron supercomputer. make 800 of them, he'll say. Oh, it's gonna be so much worse, actually, right? 200,000! Okay, so they can automate just the straight up donuts, but then coiling the wire is something they can't automate. Damn, though. Still, like, it's something where they have to do it, but it's not like they have to do it in a week or something. This is a, like, you can just live your lives, keep on breaking out more people, keep on, like, just growing your new Corn City, and whenever anyone has time, like, in addition to some people who should just be plugging at it all the time, you could just have other people just, do it for fun. Oh, this is so cool! Because also, like, they're gonna leave. Like, they're, traveling the world. So this is a, like, Corn City is going to have the computer. Presumably Sai's actually going to stay there because he's going to want it immediately. But it's going to be a, like, now that the computer set up, they're going to have to teach... Sorry. Like, Senku's going to have to teach everyone how to use the computer remotely, and then the computations are just going to be done by, Corn City, which I really like as a, like, actually having different groups around the world that are going to actually contribute, as opposed to just, like, you're gonna sit tight here, but you're not really going to do that much. Like, I'm still hoping that when we get back to Japan, like, progress is going to have stopped since, everyone's been turned to stone. But I'm really, really hoping that when they get to Japan, that we do the whole, like, oh, by the way, we did progress a little bit. Like, we made some stuff while you were away. Like, that would just feel good. We're really kicking into the kind of stuff I love about Dr. Stone. Really, really hoping we do more, like, easy to understand programming stuff. Like, I think this was perfect as a, like, immediate, this is how you do it. And I don't want to see, like, code. I think that would, that would be a little too in the weeds. But as long as Dr. Stone handles, like, actual ass logic, I would be very into that. I think they could also do a, like, should they do an actual program? I feel like they should do a historically existing programming language, just so that, like, when they start breaking, like, programmers out of stone, they don't immediately have to learn a new language. But even then, I'd be curious to see what Senku would do, or rather, what Inagaki and Boichi would research as a, like, perfect programming language. Like, this is what we're gonna start with, and then we're not gonna have to change it anymore after this. Like, it's perfectly extensible. Okay, so that is Dr. Stone, chapter 206. Consider me hype, hype, hype. Oh, I didn't even put it on here. Let me just type that in right now. That is an easy peasy lemon squeezy. Below Undead Unluck. Undead Unluck was still better. It had more, like, emotion to it. Whereas, like, it's hard to make this more emotional, even with someone like Sai, who's literally crying over the concept of a supercomputer. But, like, they're doing their best, and I still really like this arc. And I really like this chapter. Like, I appreciate it even more because it's tough to do this. Because, like, I don't know if they're gonna have great, like, kids writing in on postcards saying, like, yeah, I'm voting for Dr. Stone as #1 this week. I sure do love supercomputers. I sure do love, these donuts with wires wrapped around them. But that is why I love it, because, like, the series is so good that it can afford to do stuff like this. Okay, so that is Dr. Stone. Let us move on to My Hero Academia, chapter 322. Great Explosion, Murder God, Dynamite. So, last chapter. Everyone has been grabbing Deku and saying, please let us be kind to you. Please don't push yourself to death. Don't work yourself to death. We all like you, especially Mineta. I am bisexual now for you and only you. Because I have been enjoying the extreme, oh no, I hate this, this can't be possible, the big pushback against the potential of Mineta being bi, I am all fully on a contrarian point of view. I am all aboard the let Mineta be bisexual train. Let people who suck be bi. It's a real, like, you shouldn't have all your representation be characters who suck ass, but you should allow some people who suck. Because, that's life. That's life. Okay, anyways, speaking of being attracted to boys, I'm excited for this chapter. Because, like, we've been doing so many of the parallels of, like, Deku now being the little whiny, oh, don't save me, no, it's not that he's being whiny, but, like, he's been pushing so much harder than Bakugo in trying not to be saved. And now, like, for Bakugo to be the one who finally, like, hammers it home that we need you at UA. I'm really excited for that. Kirishima with the big ol' landing. I won't break. A while back, this one story threw me for a loop. Some kid my age dashed into danger to save a pal. That had to be you, right? That didn't have squat to do with special powers or anything. What you did back then is the same sort of action we're taking for you now. Oh, beautiful. Like, this whole thing is something where, like, there's no way you could do this in one chapter or one episode of the anime. but I would want it to all be one episode, because it's so perfect. Like, it all flows together so well. Like, it's the kind of thing where if I were reading My Hero for the first time in volumes, this volume would definitely be the one where I would just be like full on bawling my eyes out, crying, not being able to look at the pages. Like, I'm so happy that over the course of multiple chapters, everyone's been getting their part, everyone's been able to say something. Oh, it's so good. I'd like that, but I'm too scared for all the people at UA. But I mean, UA's gonna be like the safest place you could be at. Things just can't go back to how they used to be. Not anymore. Okay, so what he said was, stop trying to win this on your own. But I had more to say. I needed to tell you that I got stabbed because my body moved on its own. Right, calling back to that, like, to, that moment when, his body did move on its own, when it was the big parallel back to when, like, Deku saved Bakugo. Like, I always looked down on you because you're quirkless. You're supposed to be beneath me, but I kept feeling like you're above me. I hated it. I couldn't bear to look at you. I couldn't accept you the way you were. And now they've reverted back to being kids. So I kept you at arm's length and was mean to you. I tried to act all superior by rejecting you, but I kept losing that fight since we got into UA. Nothing's worked out how I thought it would. Instead, this past year forced me to understand your strength and my weakness. Now, I don't expect this to change a thing between us, but I gotta speak my truth. On this, the way in which they are changing as he is talking about those time periods, like, it is so unbelievably perfect. Like, this is the kind of thing, like, even if you do it in anime, it's going to be a little bit clunky. This is, like, because you would have to do transitions between these uniforms, whether it is a hard cut or whether it is not a hard cut. Like, having the gutters between them is something you can only do in a sequential art medium like manga. I'm sorry for everything. This is the big one. This is the, like, after 322 chapters, him finally bowing his head and apologizing for everything. Like, it's the kind of thing where, like, so many people have been so pissed about the, Bakugo saying, go kill yourself, I hope you commit suicide, in chapter 1. And I've always, like, early on, I really hated Bakugo for that. Like, I get it. And I still didn't like him for, being the way he is all the way through. But I was able to, like, appreciate him more as a character. And a moment like this is something you can't do with a character unless they have been shitty that whole time. Like, again, it's a real, I get why, through all the hate mail and death threats that Horikoshi got, why he stood his ground and didn't have Bakugo just out of nowhere in the middle of an arc go like, oh, by the way, I apologize for saying, for telling you to kill yourself. Because you can't do that and then have a I'm sorry for everything here without it being a, like, well, this was a two-step thing. This was a slow, letting out the air. Whereas this is a clear, like, he has been more accepting this whole time, but he still has not apologized. He has still been, like, he hasn't felt like it was important enough to do it. But now this is a very clear, like, no, he gets it now. There's nothing wrong with the path you've been walking down, since inheriting One for All and following All Might's lead. But now you're barely standing, and those ideals alone aren't enough to get you over the wall you're facing. We're here to step in when you can't handle it all on your own. Because to live up to those ideals and surpass All Might, we gotta save you, the civilians at UA, and the people on the streets. Because saving people is how we win. I really love that as well, because yeah, that is the kind of thing that you can't do in a solo series. That is the, like, you have to glorify something. Whereas My Hero is a ensemble. It is a, like, there are enough people here, and they have spent so many arcs clearly showing that, yes, they know how to save people in, horrible disaster areas. This is the big, like, yeah, Deku can't do it alone. He needs everyone for support, for combat, for, like, tactical retreats if necessary, for everything. There's some things you can do as one person. There's some things you can do as, like, a tight little 3-person trio. And there's some things where you need to have 20 people, or, it just can't happen. Oh, everyone has always been way ahead of me. I said you all couldn't keep up with me. And, as he is passing out, he finally apologizes. Like, Bakugo apologizing for everything is what finally makes him crack and go, like, right, I can show some weakness. I can stop pushing them away. I can apologize. And, like, he's not apologizing for pushing them away. He is apologizing for what he said, for something that weighed on him the most, something that he did think was genuinely very mean. Okay, and we're only halfway through, so we might actually move into whatever's next. I really hope we don't cut away to, like, some pro heroes doing something. I'm really hoping we do stick with this crew, though. Because, like, we need some time. We need some time to breathe after this. This was so emotional. Oh, man. Seeing 13's face feels so weird. I mean, it's also just, like, this is not the head I would have expected for 13. But yeah, like, So most civilians have moved into evacuation shelters across the country. The majority of the holdouts are anti-hero protesters who formed vigilante corps, or violent pillagers simply riding the wave of the escaped convicts. Every day, more people grow weary of the anti-hero ideology and decide to move into shelters. Meanwhile, most of the violent radicals end up forming gangs that are easy enough to track down. The mass evacuation continues amidst the violence, and personnel are assigned to deal with one effort or the other. Okay, so, cool. And this does make sense as we are not tearing Deku away from saving those individual people who need to be saved. It is no, things have gotten back on track. The authorities, as much as you can trust them, they are, trying to get the rest of the stragglers that are not, out there intentionally. This also, I recently, in between last week and this week, actually, I played Spider-Man PS4, I beat the entire mission, and I've been playing the DLC, which is a lot worse. The DLC sucks. I mean, we got it as part of, a bundle, but it's just not good DLC. Anyways, I brought that up to say that, I really appreciate how in the PS4 game, it feels like the Spider-Man story, if you're gonna tell a Spider-Man story. And part of it is, this sort of progression of, let's see how the world reacts to this, and let's see, how these, groups of villains, or, just, prisoners and stuff on the streets would react as the situation changes. And I really appreciate that My Hero is handling that. My Hero has the feeling of, we are going to show the entire hero story. We're going to do a series that is all the arcs you would want in a, really good run of a certain Marvel superhero. A perfect run of Spider-Man or a perfect run of Iron Man. My Hero has not been perfect, I'm not saying that, but, the fact that they are hitting all the beats, and that even in this situation, this is not just we're going to keep it all super dreary and oppressive. It is we are going to actually have things move forward. I can't quite see what this text says. Emergency security system. So, yeah. So this is the, fortress that is UA now. It looks so much less inviting, but I get it. It's not supposed to be inviting. If you are invited, then you have come into it already. If you are looking at it from the outside, you're probably not supposed to be coming in. On seeing the kids down here is a clear, this is how small human beings are in comparison. The door is big as hell. There's, a smaller door here, I presume, for, when you're not opening the giant blast doors. And then you have all of this. Oh, I love this tiny Deku with the big bulgy eye. You'll freak when you hear the deets about the system. They say we can combine with Shiketsu. Is this a mecha? Because where is Shiketsu? Shiketsu's not next door. When would this happen? Is UA a mecha? Don't let that boy take one step into UA. But now, Deku's still beaten down. I feel like he might not want to go in, but I feel like we needed to have this big conflict to beat out some of the, I really won't leave. If he had been more agreeable to come here, I feel like this would be the, okay, now I'm going to use all for one, charge myself up, and bounce away. Whereas I think this is going to be the, I still don't think he's going to walk in and say, no, I deserve to be here. I think it's probably going to be Bakugo, in addition to having the final say on, hey, Deku, here's the deal, also I apologize, I feel like Bakugo's gonna stand up and say, you motherfucker, stop. I don't know, I don't think he'd say it like that. But someone, they're gonna have to, I assume Bakugo is going to be the one to say, listen, you're still safe no matter what, right? Yeah, he's leaving. Oh, it's Uraraka who grabs him. You know what? Even better, actually. I was assuming just because of the, title of the chapter. But for, Bakugo to be the one who convinces Deku to come here, and then for Uraraka to be the one who convinces him to stay. I think that's a really good split. Eden and them started linking this chain. Bakugo played his part too. We're not letting go of you now. We won't let you. Because when heroes need protecting, who will be there to protect them? Oh, that's beautiful. Because that is also a play on Who Watches the Watchmen. But it is a more, it's a play on it with more hearts to it. It is a more, it's nicer. I guess that's a better way to put it. Who Watches the Watchmen is a very, it's a wary thing. It is the, these people are looking out for us, but who is looking at them? This is the, for the heroes who protect us, who protects them? God, and she just looks great here. Beautiful panel. Great chapter. I think it knocks Dr. Stone's socks off, really. I feel like it might beat Undead Unluck, actually. It's so touching. Last chapter, I think, was more emotional, but this just like it has the bleed over emotion from those chapters. I think that's really it. Like this is the finale of the Class 1A versus Deku conflicts. Like not even a fight, but just a conflict. And yeah, I really love that if you look at it like that, Uraraka is the one who is delivering the final blow of like Deku, like you cannot sacrifice yourself anymore. Even if all these people hate you, we love you, I love you. I really hope she at least confesses to him. Like, maybe not right now, but, like, in this arc. Come on. I think I'm gonna put it above Undead Unluck. It feels a little weird, but yeah, like, I also tend to, like, discount the more emotional stuff. In favor of the more badass stuff. And, like, this Undead Unluck, to be fair, was also very emotional. It was more of a, like, touchy, let's, like, we believe in each other sort of situation. Oh, I genuinely don't know. Like, now that I'm thinking about the Undead Unluck chapter, I do like it a bit better. Like, as a chapter. Whereas I think I'm still gonna put it, sorry. Sorry for you, people who love My Hero who are really pogging at that, but no, Undead Unluck has to beat it. I can't be too swayed. Like, when I think of the Undead Unluck chapter, my heart beats a little faster. Whereas with this one, when I think of the entire arc, my heart beats faster. But with this chapter, it just feels like a good ending to it. It's just a little softer. Okay, let's end this with hopefully a funny chapter, but we'll see. It's Me and Roboco. It could be anything. For today's zinger, what do you think about the Bon in Bondo? What do you think about the Bon in Bondo comes from the Obon Dance Festival dance? Okay, so those are like quote marks. It might carry a connotation of death. Okay, last week was a combined issue, so there's no new jump this week. You goofus. Oh, so we're doing this chapter again. We're doing the, Bondo's off because of no jump. That's why he's wearing no pants. Chapter 52, the combined issue and Bondo. No one underwear, just as junk hanging out. But okay. I mean, what's gonna complicate this one, though? In retrospect, the two boys should have just told Bondo immediately, but with the circumstances so much less dire than the last time, they chose instead to try and minimize the embarrassment to Bondo. Moreover, given their previous success, they were certain of their victory. However, distracted for a second, a fatal mistake. Then they then braced themselves for what would surely come. So, this is just going to be a Hunter x Hunter chapter, isn't it? I suppose it is. It's only fair for the Kohai, that is, like Miyazaki-sensei, to try and fill in every once in a while with a chapter that just feels like Hunter x Hunter. Like, the last one also felt very Hunter x Hunter-esque. In lieu of Hunter x Hunter really running in jump, maybe Me and Roboco can just be Hunter x Hunter. And just like that, Bondo leisurely crossed between them. But okay, Mako stopped him. A normal human would have never been able to react in time when the situation worsened, but Mako's processing speed was far, far faster than humans. So, how does she stop him? So, she can't tell a lie, so Mako chose. Master Bondo, at the moment, you are not wearing any underwear. Oh, okay, we're only halfway through. What the heck? But okay, yeah, the girls didn't see, they can still laugh it off, but his friends had no way of knowing that this was merely a prologue. Okay. I mean, what's going to throw him off again? Wait a minute, is Jump off next week as well? I could see that being the joke of, like, there are two double issues back to back. Oh, yes. Or there are two combined issues of Jump this summer. But that's a special schedule just for this year. This mistake is not Matsuo's fault. The shock of seeing Bondo with his briefs on his head and only his obi sash tied around his waist froze even Mako in her tracks. Also, is that only for this year? I feel like last year we also had we're going to have a time off, and then we're almost immediately going to have another, week off. Or was that, that might have been in, spring then, if it wasn't in summer. But I see, this is the real, his body is moving on his own. But yeah, this is a real, just telling him he's naked can't really help, because he doesn't have anywhere to go. Like, he's gonna freak out. And if he freaks out, the girls are gonna hear him. Okay, so, grab the obi, grab the underwear. Victory hinged on a single moment. The need to clothe Bondo was felt by Roboco too. She did not follow his lead. So she just jumped and slapped Gachi. Oh no! But okay, she's making up for it. Gorilla stops Bondo. Mako clothes him. Matsuo braces. They didn't give up. They fought for Bondo. Oh, I love this pattern as well. As we need to physically stop him, so I'm going to use all my strength to force him to stop. And for a summer evening of enjoying the fireworks with their friends, smiling, laughing. And on such heroes, fate smiled. God. And they ended it with another fist pump. I really love these chapters. Like, it also really helps, like, I really appreciate how much Me and Roboco does not make Bondo feel like the most generic-ass kid in the world. Like, sometimes he does. Sometimes he just needs to be generic kid having normal reactions. But I appreciate these chapters for being the, like, both the, his jump lust is making him really weird, and the chapters that are the ones like these, where it is just, he's so spaced out that he is not really a character anymore, and everyone has to be hyper competent to make up for it. Because that also, I think, highlights the, his norminess as a, everyone else being, more, better in certain ways, means that he isn't normal. He is kind of below average, which means that everyone, being nice people have to make up for it sometimes. Really good chapter. Like, that's also just like the fact that the whole thing is so absurd, but I don't think I had a big laugh at any of it, but it was still really, really good. And it did up the naturally, just by virtue of having two double issues back to back, presumably. The series was able to escalate the previous gag far beyond where it was originally. It's so perfect. Me and Roboco really is a fantastic series, but it is something where, it's really hard to, I don't know how it's gonna feel in volumes. It really is the perfect thing to be reading while you are reading Jump. If you read it just a week later, it is not as good. It is the most, it is like getting fries from, somewhere like KFC, I think, where they've got the big container with the big lid on it, so the fries steam themselves. If you don't have the fries as soon as they are made at a place like that, they immediately suck. They immediately are limp, and it's just it's like eating mashed potatoes in a weird skin, as opposed to the good parts of fries. Not to say that this is going to be like mashed potatoes with the skin on. Just there is something so powerful about Roboco that, I don't think it's going to get canceled, but at the same time, I can't imagine the volume sales are going to be that amazing. I feel I don't think the ongoing volume sales are going to be great. I feel like it's going to be if you are a fan of Me and Roboco, you're going to pick up the volumes. Because also, you want the extras, you want maybe the extra chapter in there. I feel like it's going to be a series that people are going to love as it is coming out, and in the future, people are probably not going to say, this is one of the great gag series of all time. Okay, so, Me and Roboco, where does it go? It's no My Hero, it's no Undead Unluck, the top three are very cemented. Even I might put it above Dr. Stone. This was the kind of Dr. Stone chapter I really like, but even then, it wasn't the biggest. I feel like we're gonna have better chapters that are covering basically the same stuff in this chapter. So I'll put it above. Me and Roboco gets to be number 4. It gets 4th place. With that, let's move on to those Mangaka Musings. Ooh, you can finally get all of Inuyasha on Blu-ray. Oh, that's actually a big, yeah. So the manga for Demon Slayer is wrapping up in English. Inuyasha is finishing up on Blu-ray. Haikyuu is, finishing up in the manga. Ooh, Mangaka Mania 21. What is this? Sorry, let me just look at this before I do the author comments. What? Okay, so they're okay, so it is just a con thing. Which still, they're virtual cons, so I might actually tune in for some of this stuff. Ooh, I'm very curious about what Fujimoto might be talking about. Whether it is, Here's Chainsaw Man Part 2, or whether it's, doing something else. Yesterday, I literally just watched the Season 2 finale for Beastars. I've read all of the manga already. I was reading it as it was coming out. Really, really good. But the Season 2 finale is, love it. This is pretty stacked. Even Betancourt is someone who is not super big, but I like Vigilantes a lot. I'd be very interested to hear the process of working on Vigilantes and understanding what you can and can't do, and if he has to ask Horikoshi for permission to use certain characters. Having Junji Ito be the mangaka of censor is really underselling him, though. I mean, why not Uzumaki? Uzumaki's getting an anime, right? But yeah, these are pretty stacked, and this is a good mix of people doing stuff right now and new talents and old talents. JoJo Beats Sweet 16. I like Oran, but yeah, and Vampire Knight used to be one of the biggest series in America. But even then, I wouldn't tune in for Bisco Hattori's thoughts. I'm not that into Oran. Okay, huh? So is it going to just be a stream of them doing exclusive drawings? Cool. Okay, yeah, so it is all illustrations. Sweet. That also makes sense why they had him be censor. So cool. Fun TikTok content is coming your way, House Husband fans. Everything else is they're gonna draw stuff. I guess to be fair, Junji Ito's one is just read censor and also more fun content. I guess this one is also just like a special video, but like, yeah, everything else is just like, we're gonna draw stuff. And then these last three are like, we're not gonna say we're drawing stuff. Huh. But okay, cool. I guess am I following Viz on Twitter? I have so many people on Twitter right now that I don't know, but let me check right now. Because I would be interested in this stuff. I doubt I'm gonna do anything as like content, but just as a personal thing. What is the Full Metal Edition? Sorry, this is a bit of a tangent. I'll be right at the Mangaka Musings, just a sec. Because I don't own any Full Metal Alchemist. I wouldn't be against picking up. I mean, it's $19.99, so it's probably a 2-in-1 actually, which I wouldn't want. What is the Full Metal Edition? Okay, so it is hardcover, and the pages are like higher quality, better than even the Jejoniums. Like the Jejoniums are really good. Yeah, I would not order these through Amazon. I would definitely wait until I'm home and then have my local bookstore get these. All pages are made of glossy paper. Damn. Cause yeah, I adore Full Metal Alchemist. Like, it is still one of my favorite manga of all time. I would say it is, like, one of the best, like, just comics in general of all time. Both West and East. It is just, it's perfect. Anyways, bit of a tangent. Don't worry, I've timestamped this, I'm sure, in the future. Let's read these Mangaka Musings and get out of here. So many times during this manga's run, I've thought, if only they had computers. Ooh, this week's cover page connects to the one in the next issue. Please combine them. Really? Because this one was also just canon. Like, it was just, like, on the next page where it's continuing on from the color page. So, that's really interesting. I will, in fact, like, cut them together. Lately, I've been eating donuts every day and watching the Olympics. Kubo-sensei, what are you doing? I'm still boycotting the Olympics, but I'm glad that, like, I wouldn't hate anyone who is enjoying the Olympics and watching them. It's just, I personally do not want to support them. But especially, like, if you are in Japan, I feel like it must be 10 times harder to not, be just immersed in the content. Same with Kenta Shinohara. Did you watch episode 982 of the One Piece anime? That was insane. Was it a movie? What an amazing episode. Well, that's one hell of a recommendation. Did this one just come out? Okay. Water leaked out of my AC. It was a flood. My books got soaked. Oh, that really sucks. Shit. Because, yeah, I imagine Horikoshi, like, has a lot of, like, not just reference books, but a lot of just, like, books that would be hard to get. Whether it is just, like, complete collections of Western comics, which I know you can't get very easily in Japan. Like, I imagine there's a lot of stuff it'd be a big pain to get again. I hope, like, it's not anything, like, irreplaceable. Thanks to the Shibuya incident chapters, my ability to come up with chapter titles is diminished. I can imagine. That's a real being on easy streets. My 2-year-old daughter has learned to give kisses on the cheek, and I let out a crazed scream every time she gives me one. Yuki Tabata continues to be the cutest person in the author comments. Congratulations on 20 years since Bleach began. I'm honored to be in the same magazine. Oh, man. I mean, yeah, it also is very telling that no one's really talking about the, just the fact that the Bleach chapter is happening. I mean, A, because they haven't seen it. They don't know what it is. But I really appreciate Koji Miura for just being excited about it. For these first 6 chapters, drawing the Armored Crab is the most fun I've had. I can get that. Like, yeah, the Armored Crab looks very fun to draw. It looks really cool. Also because I imagine, like, the, like, werewolf designs have been more of a, like, yeah, I've, been planning to do this all this time, same with everyone else. Like, the Armored Crab may have been a thing in concept, but, like, actually doing it, I imagine, was a big, like, oh, this is very fresh. Ever since I've started the serialization, I've lost track of what is day and night. I need to get my life back in order. Takara Takanashi-sensei, who is providing me with research material, actually runs up mountains in bare feet. Damn. I will say, like, this is not a bragging thing or anything. I am almost always barefoot, just because, or I'm barefoot, or I do wear, this is the exact opposite of Nerima. I do have Ultra Boosts. I do love Ultra Boosts, like from Adidas. They are the perfect shoe. But when I'm not wearing those, I am almost always barefoot. Like, I haven't worn socks in literally years. And I live in Canada. I shovel snow wearing just, like, my Ultra Boosts and bare feet. Because I don't like socks. I don't like tight shoes. I want to just have that feeling of my soles all the time. I do wash my feet and whatnot. I'm not tracking mud all over the house. Don't worry about it. Thank you to the break. Salute. More acknowledgements. That's really cool. From time to time, my daughter shows me her illustrations that she does as a hobby. I feel happy that it's similar to my style. I hope he means in terms of of like artwork and not in terms of it's all fat big titties all over the place. I mean, maybe. I don't know how old his daughter is actually. I forgot. Kentaro Yabuki is actually a little older than I expected. Like I was imagining like Yuki Tabata's kids who are like, 2 and 3, like super duper young. That'd be a big like you probably shouldn't be drawing fat titties at this point. But if Kentaro Yabuki's daughter is older, then that's fine. Draw the titties. It's all good. I'm bad with horror games, but I was a fan of Dead Space, so I'm excited for the remake. I'm not super excited for the remake because I liked the first Dead Space well enough. I never finished it, to be fair. But it's the kind of series where I don't know why you would do a remake. I don't know why you wouldn't just, like, do more in the same worlds. I guess it might just be they don't want to stretch it too much. They would rather just, like, have Isaac back, do it just fresh. Yeah, I'm hoping for the best. So that is the Mangaka Musings. How high would I rank these musings? They were pretty good musings, don't get me wrong. Do they beat Sakamoto Days? I mean, this was the start of an arc. It was a good chapter, but, like, it wasn't a great chapter. Oh, I mean, does it beat Red Hood? It might beat Red Hood. Red Hood was a lot of just, like, we're gonna do, like, the crab was cool. But everything else is sort of like, now we're done, the part 1, we're starting part 2, we're on the road to part 2, we're gonna do part 2, but it wasn't a lot of like, now we are doing part 2. So I actually might just put it right here. Am I getting soft in my old age, or have the Mangaka Musings been better? It also feels like this is correlated with me calling them Mangaka Musings and Jump calling them Mangaka Musings. Oh, I do see they've started using the author comments tag once more. So I guess that was a mistake to completely drop it. But we'll see. If the Mangaka Musings will be better, then I'm happy for it, because I want everything to be good. So that's it. That's Jump. Thank you all so much for continuing to watch. Big apologies for the weirdness of the last little bit. If you're still sticking around, if you're still subscribed to me, I am super duper grateful. It's still going to be a bit rocky going forward, but hopefully by the time you see this, I've already put out Look Back. Other Jump should be out. You can give that a look if you want to. Give it a scrub. I wouldn't recommend it, though. It's just, it wasn't great. And this should be good. Still gonna do Chojin X in a bit, but not immediately. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye for now. Nya nya.